What is going on? Today, we are doing a YouTuber hangout. We are having a chill party, and I'm also going to turn this into an AMA where you can get your YouTube question answered. You can ask me anything about pretty much anything in regards to YouTube, or in regards to, New Year's plans, or, what's going on with my YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, or any of that stuff. That's what we're doing today. So if you are just hopping in here, first I want to say welcome to Nimmin Live. If this is your first time here, definitely give me a hashtag new so that I can see that you are new here on the show. As you can tell, this is also something that is a little bit different. Hey, the show looks a little bit different today, and that's because my brother D, my brother from the same mother, unfortunately is not here. He is actually on vacation right now with his girlfriend. So I guess fortunately for him, he's on vacation right now, hanging out with his girlfriend, chilling on the beach, doing the whole beach thing, living it up on the beach, which is pretty cool. So that is what is going on there. So today, I'm just going to be holding it down myself, and I hope that is okay. And then D will be back here in the swing with us, next week around this time. So real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out here to Nathaniel Davis. What is up? Nathaniel Davis is new here. Nice to see you. Joe the Kid Gamer, nice to see you as well. Viper, kind of new. I actually have another YouTuber friend named Viper with a bunch of Ys as well. Doug Houston in the house. What is up, my man? Jesse St. Louis, nice to see you in here as well. Monarch Magic, nice to see you also. And it's also cool to know that you do Magic, Ratty Star, Midnight Madness 4x4. Yeah, all the awesome regular folks are here. Launchpad Astronomy, what's up, man? Nice to see you. I hope that thing worked out well with you for live and let's see here. Black Shine saying sorry for not being active on the channel. Not a worry at all. You do your thing. Plenty of people are definitely active on the channel, so it's all good. Daniel Battelle saying, hey, it's Nick, he's live. Absolutely I am. Here's the thing. I didn't plan on it. Last week, I was like, you know what? We're going to let that last show be the last show. Oh, it looks like the live chat isn't working. We're going to let the last show that we did last Saturday be the last show of the year. But I'm addicted to this stuff. I can't help myself. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go anyway, and I'm just gonna go live just for a little bit, just for the sake of hanging out and all of that stuff. So I also have a form, just so you know, down in the description below. Let me find it on the list here. Not used to running the controls by myself on this thing. But yeah, I've got a form in the description down below to where you can answer your specific YouTube questions. Anything else, I'm just going to be pulling it out of the chat. We're just going to be freestyling today because we're not going to be on here as long today. So to get us started, to get this whole thing like ramped up and going and get this party started, go ahead and share this out on Twitter right now. If you have a community feed, share it out there, share it out on Facebook, share it out everywhere to get more YouTubers in here. So when we start answering these YouTube questions, then we can help out everybody. So what's up, Hybrid Steel? Nice to see you. Paul Peck Drywall, what is up, man? Nice to see you in here as well. I almost actually added you to a video today, Paul. The video that I recorded a little bit earlier, I was it's basically like YouTube tips for 2019, and I was making the reference in terms of YouTube being a tool. And I was going to say that in the video, I was going to say something along the lines of, YouTube's a tool, and you have to look at it like it's a tool because, for example, you have to use the right tools for the right thing. So, like you couldn't put drywall up with a sledgehammer. That's not what a sledgehammer is used for. But and then I actually had it in my notes to mention you, to where I was going to say, well, actually, if you're Paul Peck, you probably could. So you almost made it in the video, but I actually didn't put that part in there. So that's what is up there. El Jefe in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see you in here. Cricket, nice to see you in here as well. Neil Crypto Cruising in the house. Beanie Draws happened to make it by. Nice to see you in here as well. My friend Viper in the house. What is up, man? Not sure what drama you were into earlier, man, but I've got your back, whatever that drama happened to be. Surus, thank you for the $5. Says, thanks for all you do. Maybe one day I could get a channel review. Of course, you don't have to. You're a busy guy. So yeah, like what we're doing right now, or what we're doing today is basically we're just doing more like Hangout stuff. So I'm just answering questions and that kind of stuff because I don't have the normal setup that I normally do. So in terms of pulling channels up on the screen and all that stuff, like I'm just not going to be able to do that efficiently today without kind of throwing a wrench in everything. So I'm going to keep that to a minimum unless I need to in order to directly answer somebody's question to where I have to pull it up in order to get the question answered there. So Eddie Murphy, what's up? Saying new here. Also my first super chat. Very cool. Thank you. I appreciate that, Eddie. Thank you very much. Edie. Yeah, that's, not sure how to say that. I apologize if I'm saying that in the wrong way. So let me know your YouTube questions or just any questions. We can just go full AMA today. Ask me anything if you would like, but let me know your YouTube questions. And while I'm answering YouTube questions, you also have some very trusted moderators in the chat that know their stuff as well. So, you might also get some feedback from them. And in addition to that, feel free to put in your 2 cents. This is a community thing. So if somebody asks a question and we're addressing that question, if you have your thoughts about that question, feel free to drop it in the chat because I would love to hear from you. And I'm sure everybody else in the chat would love to hear from you as well. So without further ado, let's get some YouTube questions going. Let's go ahead and drop those YouTube questions in here. The man with the hat, love the channel name. What is up, man? Nice to see you in here. Saying comments are important on videos, but are comments on live streams the same? It's all of the interaction all the way across the board. Like it's all important in terms of it being responsive, because basically with YouTube, to answer that question and to reframe that question, just to let you know what's going on there, just in case you're just joining us, the man with the hat, I think that was the name, said, it went by quick. Said that, I know on YouTube that comments are important. Are they important in live streams as well? Yes, they are. Just that overall general engagement that you're getting in terms of people watching for a long period of time, in terms of people giving the video a thumbs up. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, in terms of, people interacting in the chat and the chat moving, all that stuff. Absolutely, because it shows, hey, there's something going on there. There's activity going on there. So it's absolutely important without question. All right, so Cricket Wilson Harris saying, yes, so awesome to see everyone. Welcome to the stream. Absolutely. Beanie Draw saying, what is the square root of 34? I don't know, because that is not my strong suite. Luckily, I'm really good at making videos. Unfortunately, I'm not good at math. So, I got in where I fit in, so to speak. Starstruck15 says, how do I get more views? Please help me. Starstruck15, you get more views by making sure that you are optimizing your videos for search where applicable, making sure that your thumbnails and your titles are good. Not good by your interpretation, but good by the data that YouTube gives you inside of your YouTube analytics, which is your click-through rate on your thumbnails, which basically says every time your thumbnail gets shown somewhere on the platform, this is the rate that people are actually clicking on that thumbnail. Once they click on the thumbnail, then it carries into your audience retention, and then from your audience retention, then it basically does the math in terms of the amount of watch time that you're getting per impression, and that is where most of the judgments, so to speak, are being made. So that was a great question, though, Beanie, on the square root of 34. I'm gonna have to get my math hat on for some of these, I think. Dan Norton, what's up, man? Love to see you in here. Nice to see you in here on your way, on your commute, on your way to go do your thing. 30-day reviews. What is up, man? See here. How often is it okay to have a giveaway? It's a great question. Okay, so here comes the question. Ready? How often is it okay to have a giveaway? I've noticed that people on my niche gain and keep subs decently with giveaways every now and then, not looking at doing them all the time. So if people are coming into your channel for the giveaway, even though they might stick around in terms of that actual sub count, if they're not being active on the channel, then they're not that valuable if they're coming in just for the giveaway. Luckily, depending on, exactly what it is that you might be giving away, if it's that perfect fit, like in your case, let's say that you're doing, stuff on like how to, keep like creams for, for beards and things like that. You are so nailing your target demographic with that giveaway that might give you the opportunity to actually get in front of a lot more of those people to where you wouldn't have otherwise. But with that giveaway, you also have to market that giveaway just like you would market a video in the first place, in terms of sharing it on social media, letting people know, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my channel, and doing it in your videos as well, and asking for the shares and all of that stuff that go along with that. But with the giveaways, you have to market those just like you do the video, so that you can spread awareness about that giveaway. But if you can nail it in terms of your target demo to where you're going to put yourself in front of people that would be a good fit for your content, giveaways are fine in that regard. But one way that I personally like to frame giveaways is if you're doing a giveaway for the sake of getting, then it's kind of a little I mean, it's okay, right? It's marketing. But if you are doing a giveaway for the sake of giving, then it's a totally different thing, because with that, then you're kind of giving back and all of that. So like the intentions are more pure in that particular situation. But I get it. It's definitely marketing. Companies do it. YouTubers do it. It works. The only thing that you want to avoid in that situation is you want to avoid getting known for doing giveaways all the time. So in terms of, how often is it okay to do a giveaway? You don't want to get known as that guy to where it's like, hey, this upload isn't a giveaway, so I'm not going to go and watch the video, right? So because of that, you want to space it out to something reasonable. I would do like one giveaway a month, maybe. If you are, dead set on doing a giveaway, I would do it like once a month, just for the sake of, not getting people trained, so to speak, to only come and watch your videos if they feel like they're going to get an actual product or a chance to win something in return, because they're coming for the wrong stuff. Daniel Battelle says, hey, my new channel just broke the 1,000 mark in under 6 months. High five, fist bump. Congratulations to you for that, Danielle. And you already know that I learned how to do that from you and Brian G. Just wanted to say thanks. Hey, dude, you're killing it over there, man. Awesome stuff. And just your interaction, Daniel, man, just your interaction and everybody's comments and, in the live chats helping people out, on Facebook helping people out. Like you're a knowledgeable dude and you're definitely, out there helping people out. So in my opinion, you should, like that 1,000, like that's just getting started. You know what I mean? So I love to see you crossing that number, and I'm looking forward to see what you do here in 2019 as well. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Addicted to Profit, what's up, man? Nice to see you in here. Let's see here. As I scroll down through here, let's see here. My Brain Builders online tutoring. Victoria Brown says, how would you compare Facebook Live to YouTube Live? I would like to transition, but keep my audience. So that's a great question. In terms of comparison, if your audience is on one, your primary audience is on one, you're going to have a really difficult time getting them to go in mass to the other one, because you've built your audience on the one that the people, are on the most, or to where they've come to expect that type of content. So if you are going to try to make the transition from Facebook to YouTube, you might actually run into some difficulty there, because even though there's a ton of people on Facebook, not all of those people are on YouTube. Now, the other way, to where if you're, doing YouTube, there's going to be a lot more people on Facebook, because, a lot of people have Facebook accounts. A lot of people have YouTube accounts too. But in terms of that making that jump, if you're trying to get them from YouTube to Facebook, it's going to be a little bit easier than trying to get them from Facebook to YouTube. And another thing to think about with your live streams in terms of the comparison is, if you're trying to move them from Facebook to YouTube, in my opinion, for the viewer experience, it's a better experience here on YouTube. And the reason for that is, when I come to YouTube, when you come to YouTube, when everybody that is here right now, when they come to YouTube, when you come to YouTube, you come here and you expect to spend some time watching video content or live streams, right? When you're on Facebook, you go to Facebook and you're expecting to, check out the news feed. Maybe you might check out a video if you run across something in your news feed. Maybe, you're going to be interacting in groups, maybe trying to learn something or help people or get help or something like that, or just, just entertain yourself in groups around topics that you're interested in. But when content happens to you on Facebook, or you get those notifications that, hey, this person's live, you're not necessarily on Facebook for the sake of consuming, online video. So because of that, I personally think that YouTube is a better platform for that. But it also comes down to, where you're building your audience, where your audience is at. If you already have some steam going on Facebook, I would keep it going, and I would keep it going on Facebook, and then I would do another stream over on YouTube. Or if you've already got that steam on YouTube and people are coming in and they're joining, then I would say, okay, if I want to jump over onto Facebook, then I'm going to let my YouTube people know that I'm going to be there too. And then I'm going to try to build an audience organically on Facebook. And then basically whichever one you're trying to jump to, I would just, on every live stream that you do, hey, make sure that you follow me on this other platform as well, so that when I go live there, you can catch me over there as well. But it's difficult. It's always difficult trying to get people to go from one platform to another. Very difficult. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll down here because this was just kind of like locked in place as I just went on a big rant right there. Black Shine says, what is better, editing on a tablet, phone, or a computer? So editing on tablets is cool. Editing on phones it's okay, but you know, like you got to thumb it, which is kind of difficult. Personally, I prefer editing on a computer, but you know, it all comes down to preference. It all comes down to time. It all comes down to availability. You know, what do you have available? Do you have a computer available? Do you have a tablet available? Or are you just rolling with your phone? If you're just rolling with your phone, then you're kind of stuck, and then you only have that option. But I personally prefer a computer because you can get, you know, all the different plugins and, you know, all of that stuff to make everything that much, make stuff that much cooler. Don Moody here's wishing you an enjoyable and safe New Year's as well. Thank you for the good wishes there. I appreciate it. The Early Kid N says, Nick, how are you going to celebrate the New Year's? I am going to go to the town square here, and I am going to hang out with my girlfriend and possibly a friend of mine because his girlfriend isn't going to be joining him this year. So he might be hanging out with us as well. One of my good friends here in Thailand. So we're going to be doing that. And it's cool because during the countdown, you know, people are letting these lanterns up into the sky, which is really cool. Basically, it's like this little thing on the bottom. It's this little ring that catches fire, and then it's like this big balloon-looking thing on the top, like a cylinder. And then like you light it, and then you kind of let it get hot, just like a hot air balloon, and then it rises up into the sky. Really pretty because a lot of people are doing it. So the whole sky is filled with these things. But keep in mind, what goes up must come down as well. So like when you're cruising your motorbike, like after the event or even during the event, because it's all happening during the event, like say you're on your way there in that situation, then what happens is like you're driving and like sometimes like one of these things that have like burned out or caught on fire in the sky or whatever, it'll just come like falling down out of the sky and you're like dodging stuff, you know, like on your way to go hang out. So yeah, it's crazy. Hanku GH says, does it make sense to distance myself from controversy, drama, and clickbaiting for views, or should I just learn how to use them and roll with them? It is good to distance yourself from controversy in terms of just drama in general. I mean, in my opinion, and that's just because that kind of stuff does impact your day-to-day experience as well. In terms of just being YouTube, and I'm talking just mindset stuff here, but also in addition to that, when you are basically building a channel off of controversy, you become known as like that person. Whereas if you build a channel off of something else, then you don't become known as that like negative person, so to speak, that's always baiting people with the controversy stuff, kind of like Keemstar, one of those guys do. So that's my personal opinion on it. But if you're into that type of stuff, you're into that type of content, that's your worldview in that particular case, then that might be the perfect content for you. Sheba Studio says, hey, I'm just wondering if you can give me some advice on how to grow my channel, if you don't mind. Sheba Studios, I'm actually not pulling up channels today unless I need to pull them up for the sake of like context or something if I'm answering a question, because like I can look at it, but I just can't pull it up on the screen right here. So I can do that. Actually, you know, let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll put it. I'm gonna put it over there, and then I'll actually come and look at it here in a little bit. Let me get into the groove here, get this thing rolling a little bit, and then we'll go and we'll start looking at some of those, because I'm not gonna be on here for that long today. I just wanted to come on just for the sake of, you know, hanging out and hanging out. So that's what's up. Yeah, fire let loose in the sky never ends poorly. That is so true. Yes, I am. I am with Sylvia W. I am in Thailand. Love it here. It's absolutely awesome. Silent Flame saying you're great at helping us grow. Thank you. You are awesome. Weird Heather, what is up? Nice to see you. We are if. Solid EV nice. We are if. Nice to see you in here as well, and Happy New Year to you as well. Dustin Ray saying your channel rocks. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. Let's see here. So K-Beauty Vlogs, here's another question for us. K-Beauty Vlog says, if starting a channel, should I only have one focus? Absolutely you should, and I'm going to explain to you why that's important. The reason that you should have one focus on your YouTube channel in terms of the one type of content is because if somebody comes to your YouTube channel from one video, right? They come to your YouTube channel because, let's say, because your name is K Beauty Vlog, so let's say that you're giving makeup tips because it's beauty, right? I'm just going to use that for the sake of the reference. But let's say that somebody comes to your YouTube channel from a search on YouTube, and they're like, okay, hey, I just found this K Beauty Vlogs. I was looking on, you know, like how to do eyeshadow or something. So they come and they click on your video, and then they come in your channel. They're like, wow, this is really good stuff. And then they go to your channel page, and on your channel page, you have makeup, you have how to make a cake, You have, hey, this is me riding a dirt bike in the summer. Hey, this is my vacation in Spain. This is my whatever. And you have all of this mixed bag of content. What's going to happen is they're going to be like, well, I just came here for the makeup stuff. I'm not really interested in all of this other stuff, so I'm not going to subscribe because there's just like a handful of makeup videos here. However, on the flip side of that coin, if you say, all my videos are makeup, they go and they watch your video, and then they click on your channel name so that they can see what else you have to offer. They go to your channel page, and clearly in your channel art, you say, hey, showing you how to, do the most, how to make yourself the most beautiful, whatever, in terms of like your tagline. And then as they scroll down your channel page, they see makeup video after makeup video after makeup video. Then to them, they're like, wow, tons of stuff on here. So right now, I just came in for the eyeshadow, but wow, they've got all this other stuff too, and I don't really have the time to watch this right now, but I definitely want to watch that video, and I want to watch that video, and I want to watch that video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subscribe, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to watch some more of these videos, right? So what you're doing there is you're making your channel more subscribable because you're making all of your content focused towards a certain group of people that are looking for a certain set of information, right? Or a certain way they like to be entertained, or a certain, like Zach Talks Tech just dropped the 10 spot. Thank you, my man, for that. But saying, like in his case, they know that they can go to his channel for tech, right? Paul Peck Drywall, they know they can go to him for drywall. Me, you know that you can come to me for YouTube tips because I'm going to steer you in the right direction, right? So my brother, you can go to him to learn how to master your mobile. So it's the same exact thing. As soon as you can focus in and you can say, okay, this is the type of content that I make. This is what my channel is about. Then you're going to get better results on YouTube. So absolutely focus on a specific genre or niche of content. Zach Talks Tech dropping the 10 spot. Thank you, my man, saying, Nick, who is your favorite Canadian and why is it me? Zach Talks Tech, favorite Canadian. Hope you're well. Thanks for all the guidance and help this year. Looking forward to an awesome 2019. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm also looking forward to an awesome 2019. I think it's going to be incredible for all of us. This whole video thing, man, for all of us in here, everybody in this chat right now, all of us YouTubers, content creators, creative people, like this whole thing, this like online media thing is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and people are getting more and more into it, and it's getting more and more recognition all the way around the world. For example, when I went to Armenia last year, when I was there, like at the time, like local companies and stuff, they weren't working with influencers. Even like international brands at the time weren't working with influencers. But now, like even there, and same thing is happening in other places in the world, like people are starting to be aware, hey, YouTube, online video. And people are wanting to work with influencers. They're wanting to work with big influencers, and they're wanting to work with what's called micro influencers, which is just a fancy way of saying a smaller channel, because, they can work with 10 smaller channels for the price that it would cost them to work with one bigger channel. So that's becoming a thing as well. So yeah, man, I'm pumped for this year. This year's going to be incredible for every single one of us, man. It's going to be awesome. Let's see here. So Paul Peck saying, Nick, what is your take on stories so far? I'm liking them. One thing that I have not found is I haven't found a specific, like I haven't found hey, if I post a story, then I get an uptick or a drop or anything like that. Like I haven't found any additional, up or down with them. So it's like they're their own self-contained little unit from what I've noticed so far on my channel and a few others that I keep an eye on in terms of the statistics. So I haven't noticed anything negative or positive from it. Now I know if you are, posting those on a regular basis, that people can also subscribe from those. But even with that, I haven't seen like a huge uptick on, from where people are posting those a lot, and then they get like a huge uptick in subscribers because of it. So I haven't noticed anything like crazy one way or the other yet, unfortunately. Hello, everyone. Have a successful day. You too, Elite Fitness, Launchpad Astronomy. Let's see here. So many beggars. Hey, it's how it is. It's all right. Let's see here. Pegasus Angels gameplay. What is up? Nice to see you in here. What else do we got? The Early Kid In says, if you want your YouTube link on PC, just go to your homepage and copy paste the URL on mobile. Use the triple dots at the top right and share. Just hold on to use it on the clipboard. Absolutely. And when you are sharing that, one thing to keep in mind also is like, keep in mind what it's going to look like when you actually share your channel on social media too. That's one of the things that we go over sometimes here on Nimmin Live when we're doing our normal show, because, you know, a lot of people will write their About Me pages, and that's what I'm talking about right now. A lot of people will write their About Me pages, and that's what people see. That's the actual description that people see when people share your channel out to social media, when they share you out to Twitter, Facebook, whatever. There's that snippet. Twitter gives you like 157 characters, I believe it is, and Facebook gives you like 70 or 73 characters. So you have to make sure that whatever you put in that description, that's one of the, you know, that's one of the advanced optimization things that you have to do, or that you should do, is just making sure that whatever description is there is going to entice your target audience. If one of the people in your target demographic sees that link being shared and they see that description, to where if you craft that first part at the very top of your About Me page, that first paragraph, if you craft that right to where your target audience will see that and they'll say, oh, this is something that I want to check out, and then they'll click on it. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so when you're talking about that early kit in, share it out on like Twitter and stuff, and see how it actually displays. It's pretty Sholem Reyna says, hey, Nick, what's your favorite sport? I'm actually not a big sports person. When I grew up, I did a lot of like rollerblading. I did some skateboarding. I wasn't very good at it. My brother was really good though. I used to BMX race when I was younger as well. I did, you know, tons of just BMX, you know, going off ramps and all that good stuff, you know, as a kid, that we all did back in the day. But I did actual like BMX racing when I was younger. But in terms of like sports, I don't really watch sports on TV. Like, I prefer to like just be doing stuff just in general, instead of like watching other people do stuff. That's just like a thing for me. So because of that, I don't like get into like football or soccer or, you know, anything like that. Let's see here. Patty Broussard in the house. What is up? Nice to see you in here. Let's see here. So How To Apple says that I heard that YouTube Live hurts your analytics. So yeah, so what is going on? Donnie Shaw Show, you're good. So basically where you're hearing that from is you're getting that from like different sources, right? Like for some people, yes, it hurts their channels. For other people, it actually helps their channel. So it just depends on what is going on your channel, how productive your live streams are in terms of like how people respond to your streams. Like there's not a blanket rule. Even though some people would like to think that, there's not a blanket rule that says if you go live, it's going to be a negative thing for your channel. Like on my channel, my stats actually go up when I go live, where on other channels, their stats actually drop when they go live. So I'm actually going to open up my stats right now. I'm going to take a screenshot just for the sake of using that for future reference while I am live. All right, let's see here. It hurt my main channel, says Ginger's Doll World. Yeah, so like with that, like think about, you know, like when people are coming in, like is it like a, you know, is it like a big thing, so to speak, or is it a, or your live streams kind of slow, so to speak, in terms of, you know, just general overall engagement and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm actually going to paste this here into my Photoshop so that I can save it for later, and boom, paste it into my Photoshop. Officially saved for later. All right, now back into the chat. Let's see here. So Hello Minnie says, thank you for the $4.99. Says, advice on starting a list channel for Disney fans who are also collectors. How many videos per week, video editing programs that are useful, etc. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that I can tell you there in terms of the video editing programs. All video editing programs are useful. The complexity of your edits should dictate what it is that you actually choose to use as your video editor. For example, if you're just going to be doing just basic cuts, you can use pretty much any basic software that's on the market and you'll be fine. If you're going to be like color grading and things like that, then for that you're going to need something with a little bit more beef to it. So because of that, you know, you should go with like Adobe Premiere or Vegas or Final Cut Pro or something like that, where it allows you to do like cooler stuff. In terms of how many videos you should upload per week. Now, this is a common question, and if you are thinking, like anybody that's watching this right now, if you're thinking, hey, how much should I upload? I want to like get my game together for 2019, and I just want to crush it in 2019. How many videos should I be uploading in order to get the best results? Your audience retention and your click-through rate and your thumbnails, right? It all comes back to this. Your click-through rate that you're getting on your thumbnails and your audience retention that you're getting on your videos, if you do not have those dialed in, then you should upload videos at a pace to where you can learn how to dial those in. So if that's a video a week, 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, if it's going to take you that, that type of upload schedule in order to fine tune that, because, you're getting that additional data to work with. I'm trying this, it's working, it's not working. So add, remove this. And then you just start slowly increasing your audience retention. Like if you are to kind of put this all into a nutshell, if you are uploading videos for the sake of uploading videos, right? Because you're like, hey, I'm making awesome content, I want to put this stuff out there, but people aren't responding to it in terms of clicking on it, and people aren't watching your videos for a decent amount of time, then you can upload 1,000 videos a week and it's not going to do you any good, because YouTube's not going to push those videos because people aren't responding to them. But if you say, I'm going to fine tune this process first, I'm going to fine tune my videos, I'm going to fine tune what I'm doing on my thumbnails, and I'm going to figure out what works for the audience that are watching my videos and the audience that YouTube is serving my videos to, because they think that these people should be watching my videos. Therefore, those are the people that my thumbnails are going to be presented to. So I got to learn how to tap into that audience. As soon as you do that, then you can increase your upload schedule. Then you can start uploading, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, or as much as you would like, or as much as you can handle, in order to, kind of get things swelling up a little bit there. Patty Broussard saying, Happy New Year to all. Let's have a wonderful 2019 of creating. Thanks, Nick, for all you do and D does for us on the next season of our YouTube lives. Thank you for that, Patty. 2019, yeah, 2019 is going to be awesome for all of us. I'm excited. 2018 was incredible. 2019 is going to be off the charts all the way around. Casual Pro says, I think my biggest problem is I don't have a niche or schedule, but luckily have grown an amazing small audience to 8,000. But 2019, my second year on YouTube, I want it to be better. Any advice? Yes. If you don't have a niche or a schedule, my advice is to do that. Because if you don't have a specific niche that you're serving, then you're really diluting your audience. As soon as you start focusing on a specific niche, pick the content that people are responding to the most on your channel and focus on that type of content, as long as it's something that you want to make, and that you won't burn out on if you make that content a lot. But what you want to do is you want to say, this is the stuff that people are responding to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus my channel, and I'm going to start saying, this is what I do on my channel. I make this type of content for my channel, and start focusing on that specific type of content. Because when you do that, then you're going to become a resource for people that are into that type of content. And when YouTube sends out the notifications into email boxes and says, hey, this person says, hey, Casual Pro just uploaded this video, then because you are making a specific genre of content for a specific group of people, then those people are going to be more likely to click on that because it's within their set of interests, right? Where when you're putting out content that's all over the place, then you're not really targeting anybody. You're just kind of throwing a bunch of stuff out there, and you're seeing who, hey, this person's going to watch this person's going to watch this. But you can really dial that in if you focus your content in and you start serving a particular group of people. So that's what I'd recommend for that. Uncle Dan in the house, what is up, man? Nice to see you in here. Looks like we got Ross Brand in the house as well. Livestream Universe, what is up, my man? Nice to see you in here also. Hey, thanks, Sky Story Studio. I appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into the form now. After I answer Ratty Star's question, I'm going to hop into the forum, and I am going to answer some questions out of there as well. So Ratty Star says, I can't commit to a schedule because of work and family stuff. Is it okay, or should I dedicate some time for content creation? Ratty Star, if you can. Batch producing your content is extremely helpful. I actually have, in one of my recent videos, somebody came in there and they basically gave a full breakdown on how they produce their content, because it was about like batching and stuff like that. And they basically came in and gave a full breakdown on how they produce their content. They have a family. I think they're like in school, like in like extended school. They have a company that they run, and they make videos for YouTube, and they're putting out like 2 to 3 videos a week, because they're like batch creating content and they're batch uploading content, and they're like doing everything in blocks, and they're using their downtime to come up with video ideas and that kind of stuff. This particular person that left this comment, they actually had built out their content schedule for the next 52 weeks to make sure, hey, we've got this content coming out, over the next 52 weeks, and they've just been grinding it out, trying to fill up, make as many videos as they possibly possibly can when they get those pockets of time, so that they can work on them, throughout the course of the year, in order to make sure that they're hitting those scheduled times. But if you just can't, then you just can't. Right. So you got to look at that too, because there's there's like the real life stuff, and then there's like the YouTube stuff, and there's like what you have to do in real life versus what you want to do on YouTube. So, you have to make those calls. But if you can find a place to put it to where you can batch produce some of your content, definitely go for it. All right. So let's see here. Cricket saying, hey, welcome to the chat. Ask questions, try things. Says, Nick, what do you think about the YouTube algorithm change a few months ago, which brought back a lot of the older content to search and discovery? How will that impact content creation in 2019? Again, that's another thing to where it's like, hey, people are responding to that older content, so they're putting it out there, or they're putting it out there to see if people respond to it, and then it quickly goes away if they don't. So because of that, one thing that always stands true, and it's been this way with building websites, it's been this way on YouTube, it's been this way for a really, really long time, where if you are making stuff that people, if you just take everything, you just compress it into the most simplest way. If you're making stuff that people respond to, you will get results, right? So like, for example, back in the day, before YouTube even came up, or like before, not before they came up, but before like I was familiar with YouTube, like I did a lot of client work where I was helping with part of my design business, so where I was helping people like rank videos, but rank like blog posts and stuff like that, or actually, helping them put blogs together and that kind of stuff. And the same exact thing applied there, to where, like it was on page time that they were gauging at that time, which is kind of like our watch time. And they're gauging that on page time because that on page time, which is something they still gauge, is it basically says, hey, people are staying on this page for a long period of time because they're reading whatever article it is that's on this page. So the longer they stay on the page, the more juice or the more authority that particular page would get, as more and more people would stay on that page for a long period of time. And we have that same exact thing with our audience retention that we get on our videos. So if people are responding to your stuff, then if it's brand new, if it's old, like none of it, like all of those rules get kind of bent, so to speak, as long as people are responding. So as long as you're making evergreen content that people are responding to, then that content is essentially timeless, at least for now, in terms of how everything works and has worked for a really long time. Hope that answered your question there. Casual Pro says, I also got recently partnered on YouTube as well. Will this help with my content being discovered or no? So no, being a YouTube partner isn't going to matter because basically like that's a different system than YouTube itself. So that's not gonna make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to pull one of these out of the out of the form right here, so we can get this. Okay, so the Mac says, what is the normal rate of growing? There is no normal rate of growing. So most channels on YouTube, I can't remember exactly where I read this, but I read a while back that most channels on YouTube never even reach 100 subscribers. So with that, I don't know if that data is skewed because, a lot of people will make YouTube accounts and they don't even upload videos. So I don't know if that data is skewed or what, but most of the channels that are on YouTube never reach 100 subscribers, which is pretty crazy. So if you are somebody that has reached 100 subscribers, then already you're like ahead of, you're ahead of most. So anything that you get over 100 subscribers, then you're winning. But in terms of the rate of growth, there's not like a normal rate of growth. It's just more, it's more of like a competition about yourself and making your stuff better and getting that response, better dialed in to make things grow faster for yourself than it is having a baseline rate of growth, so to speak. Hey, Yuli, what is up? Nice to see you in here. Yeah, just like the old days, right? Just here, here hanging out, not in the studio, but I'm going to pull D up here just real quick, just for a little, just to make myself feel comfortable, like he's sitting here right now, but really he is, he's chilling on the beach, but, this is just D, right here. Just want to, to make me feel comfortable here, make us all feel a little bit more comfortable, like it's the normal show by having D in here. Right? See? Oh my gosh, he's here. Absolutely. Right? He made an appearance. Oh, good stuff. Love it. All right. Let's see here. I've reached my goal, which is 150 subs by the end of 2018. I'm so happy. pffft, congratulations. High five and fist bump to you. That is awesome. Gaming Boss says, can you answer this? Can I reach 50 subs before New Year's? That is completely up to you. So if I had right now until the drop of midnight on a brand new channel with 4 videos of good content, I could reach 50 subs by New Year's. 100%. I could actually reach 100, I think, by New Year's. Let's see here. Speaking of D, he doesn't have a custom URL yet. Yes, he does. Unless it got taken away for some reason. Which I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he does 30-day reviews, and his custom URL is right there. Boom. Dingus Bringus says, someone is reporting my videos because we disagree on something, but my videos have nothing bad about them. Should I be worried? No, you'll be fine as long as whatever it is that they're reporting your videos on are not, as long as you're not like violating anything, then you'll be fine. That tactic used to work, but that's not something that actually works. It hasn't worked for a really long time. Donnie Shaw Show says, you seem cool, Nick. Thank you. I appreciate it, Donnie. You seem cool for saying so. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tana Does Tech saying, just saying, what's up, Nick? What's up, Tana Does Tech? Thank you for the $4.99 there. I appreciate the super chat. Very, very much appreciated. So yeah, if you are just joining us, just to let you know what's going on here really quick, if you're just joining us, basically what I'm doing is I'm answering YouTube questions. We're hanging out here with other YouTubers. Everybody in the chat right now is also a YouTuber, so you are amongst your peeps, so to speak. So, mingle around, get to know each other, all that good stuff if you're new here. And if you have a question that you want answered, then go ahead and drop it in the form down below this video. Let's see here. So Casual Pro says, do you do channel reviews? If so, how much? I really want to kill it in 2019, and your advice would be amazing. So that's actually not a service that I'm offering anymore, or at least at this point in time. However, you will want to contact Roberto Blake because he is still offering this service. If you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, then you'll be able to find Roberto Blake over there, and he is also really good at this, and he knows his stuff, so he's a great person to ask for the channel reviews. And it's like an in-depth review too. I just want to give you that heads up. Like normally on this show, we do like a first impression channel review, which is basically like if we land on your YouTube channel, what do we think? How can you improve it and that kind of stuff. But when you get like an actual channel review or a channel evaluation, what it is we actually go into the back end. We watch videos, we look at your stats, all of that stuff, so that we can actually see, so we can get like a full picture on what's actually happening on your channel. So it's not just surface level stuff. It's actually like the real data, because that's where you have to make the real decisions from. All right. Anawar Amatarov says, do you have any kids? I do not. At this point in time, I do not. Inca Game says, what do you use to live stream? So this, I think I can pull up. Hold on. Okay. So what I'm using to live stream, and we'll just go ahead and call this the portal. But what I use to live stream, this is Streamlabs OBS. And in Streamlabs OBS here, this basically is a live streaming encoder is what this is called. And this live streaming encoder allows me to set up like all these different scenes and all of this stuff in order to make all of this stuff work. Now, if I was connected to Twitch right now, you would see all the chat coming up here in Twitch. Or if I connected this through my YouTube channel, you'd see all the chat coming up there. But since I don't have that, I actually put all the chat over on this side of the screen so that I can still see everything, because it's currently connected to my Twitch account. And speaking of my Twitch account, if you're not following me over there, definitely make sure that you do. I've got a link to that down in the description below. And the last stream that I did there, I actually made a just a small little instrumental. It was before I was going to bed. So I just made a small little instrumental over there, because one of my hobbies that I have is I just make instrumentals and stuff, because I just dig it. So so my live stream over there last time was just me putting together a just a small little instrumental. Let's see here. Streamlabs is awesome, says Hybrid Steel. Absolutely it is. It is my go-to live streaming software for here and for our live studio as well. Streamlabs is incredible. Wanted Gaming says, why not OBS Studio? Because Streamlabs runs smoother on my computer, plus they have all of the additional built-in stuff as well. In terms of the like the face mask features, if you want to use those. They have the merch store if you want to use those. They have the edit version to where basically if I click on another button here, which you wouldn't be able to see it if it's on my second screen. Actually, you know what? I think you can. Actually, here, hold on, I'll show you. So yeah, like if I click on this one here, and I hope I don't break anything in the process here, then basically, because this isn't connected directly to my my YouTube account, so it's going to be a little bit weird on what you're going to see here, but basically it takes my preview window down into this, which also makes the whole thing easier on my computer than if I'm running it into studio mode. So, so it's just easier on my computer just in general. And they also have like built-in themes and stuff like that to where, like with me, I make all of this stuff that you see here, like all the graphics that you see here. And this, because I didn't connect it to my YouTube channel first, you don't see the live stream there, but like all the graphics here that you see, I make all that. But Streamlabs actually has a graphics store. So you can actually go into there and it's like you get all these free things to where you can go in and you can actually just click on them and then it'll install it right into Streamlabs. And you've got like webcam frames. You can have like your game stuff in the background and lower thirds and Twitch alerts and YouTube alerts and all that stuff. It's awesome. Let's see here. Say Svez says, why can't I set thumbs while I'm live on Android? I have no idea. I'm not sure. The Kryptonian says, hello, and I hope you have a great new year. Hello, Kryptonian. Nice to see you in here. I hope you have a fantastic new year as well. All right. Let's see here. So, okay, so I'm going to go back into the form here so we can get that whole thing rolling here. So that's what I used to live stream to answer that one. Nate Murphy says, I've spent a lot of time on making my thumbnails match, but I feel like they are not drawing in any viewers. What should I do? Test your thumbnails. So just so you know, this stream is still brought to you by the kind folks at TubeBuddy, which is the #1 browser plugin for YouTube content creators. But with TubeBuddy, I've got a link to them down in the description below. You can actually compare thumbnails so you can see which thumbnails get you the best results. So what I would do in that situation is I would say, these thumbnails aren't working for me. So what I need to do is I need to start running tests on my thumbnails until I figure out a thumbnail that's going to work for me for the people that will get the people to respond that YouTube is showing my videos to. Brolic Whiskey says, so Nick, why shouldn't we just use YouTube directly to stream? Great question. You can. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But if you want to make it cool where you get like graphics on it and you do all that stuff, because we've got, I'll just flip through some of these, but we've got like all of this different stuff where you can change like different scenes and stuff like, whoa, and stuff like that. Whoa, there we go. But we've got like all these different, you know, things that we can like switch in between and all of that stuff. And that is why you use encoding software. Like if you want to have that to where you can, you know, build all the different scenes and all that stuff, then in that case, then you'll want to use something like Streamlabs OBS. Viper in the house saying TubeBuddy is legit. Absolutely, they are. Without question, they are legit. Grabster, what's up, dude? Nice to see you in here. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the questions. We've got Nate Murphy saying I've spent... Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got Nate Murphy out of the way. I hope that answered your question there, Nate Murphy. Rare's Rare said, so how is my channel going? Not sure. I would need to get into your stats in order to answer that question for you honestly. Misery Saucy says, can I get an OBS overlay on my PS4 streams without OBS? Fantastic question. I don't know the answer. So if anybody that is hanging out here right now, if you know the answer to that question, definitely put it in the chat right now, because I don't know the answer to that one. But like there's live streamers in here and people that use all this stuff all the time. So if anybody does know the answer to that, definitely, you know, let us know in the chat. To my understanding, I don't think so. But somebody might know a workaround there. Okay, Doug is saying that, okay, that was something else. Roger, the expert plumber in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see you in here. As you can see, D isn't with us today. He is chilling on the beach, but still brought him with me in spirit, so to speak. You know, got a picture in here just so, you know, just so I can feel comfortable streaming today and make us all feel nice and warm that D is here, even though he's chilling on the beach right now. So Garish Art says, hey, Nick. What is up, Garish Art says, I just made a brand new logo and channel header using a combination of all the apps that you recommend. And also in my latest video, I used the new style of thumbnail. Can you please tell me how the thumbs look compared to the old one? And can you also give an overall rating of my channel? So what I can do is I'm just going to pull your channel up, and I'm not going to put it on the screen, but I'm going to pull your channel up here. And I am going to say that I would definitely work on your channel art, because your channel art looks like you took a smaller image and stretched it out, so it's all like pixelated and everything. In terms of your actual thumbnails themselves, I think they look okay, but yeah, I think they like look okay, but I would definitely test that stuff in TubeBuddy, because like what I think versus what the people that you're trying to reach are going to think might be two totally different things. I have opinions, but data doesn't lie. Crit Scout says, how often should I upload? And if I do, how do I get more views? And can you check out my channel? So so how often should you upload? Again, we addressed that earlier, but you might not have been here for that. So I also want to say before I answer this question that if you're just joining the chat, we are answering YouTube questions. We are answering questions about your YouTube channel. We're answering questions about just anything YouTube related. So if you have a question, you can answer it in the, or you can ask it in the chat. Wherever it happens to be, or you can answer it through the link down in the description that will take you to a form that you just put in your question right there. So it will actually pop up here as like a priority question. So in terms of how often you should upload based on how people are responding to your content. If people are not responding, if they're not watching your videos for, you know, an extended period of time, let's say at least 50%, then in that particular case, I would try to get them up to 50% before you increase your upload schedule. So spend the time getting people, you know, learning how to get people to watch your videos for longer periods of time. Now, if you can do that daily in order to get that data quicker, go for it. But if you want to actually sit back and analyze the data, then at the very least, give yourself like 2 to 3 days so you can let the analytics start rolling in for the videos, and you can start checking everything from there, and then fine tune that first, and then amplify your upload schedule. Amplify your upload schedule. Amplify your upload schedule. Just a fun thing to say. Stuart Sanderin says, hello, Nick. What's up, Stuart? Says, hello, Nick. I have two big questions for you. One, how to avoid copyright when I'm doing reaction videos. The answer to that one, I asked you to this one because I want to do a reaction video on my channel soon, so I just don't want to get a copyright. Hopefully you will reply to me. So replying, but one thing that I want to let you know is that when you're doing reaction videos, there isn't a law that protects you for doing those reaction videos. There's something called fair use, but fair use itself is not a law that protects you. All it is a defense, something that you can say, hey, this is fair use, and then you would go to court, and then you would argue it as fair use, and if the content is transformative, which reaction videos typically are, at least in some way, then in that particular case, then, you know, you might be able to get out of it. However, the best way to avoid copyright is just to not to do a reaction video. But if you are going to do a reaction video, just to let you know, you might open yourself up to where you will get you might get a copyright strike on that. And if you do, then you're going to have to go through the process of, you know, disputing the strike and all that stuff. And if you are going to put up that type of content, then be prepared to where you might end up having to go to court and actually fight a legal battle over the content that you're making. In my opinion, not worth it. Zaggy DK in the house. What is up, my man? Josephine D. Smet in the house as well. Nice to see you in here. Also, Creatively Inspired. What's up? Nice to see you here. Creatively Inspired asked a great question. Says, do you only get copyright flagged if you are monetized? No. You can get copyright flagged if you upload your very first video to YouTube. You don't have any monetization. You don't have any views. You upload that video, and then their content ID system lost it there for a second. The content ID system for YouTube will see what's going on in that video, and they can flag you, bam, right there on the spot. No views, no subscribers, no anything. You uploaded that video privately to where nobody else would even see it. The content ID system will say, hey, this is a copyright protected video that's in our system, and they will nail you for it. Wrapping the TubeBuddy mug. All right. So UK Here We Grow says, I answer comments on my videos, which starts a conversation. Smart. Each time, the person who left the comment has to come back and continue the conversation. But as they're coming back to the video, they probably only stay as long as it takes them to answer. Does this affect retention and therefore the rankings? So which weighs more in the algorithm? Yeah, you want to get people commenting on your videos, right? So the algorithm is smart enough to know that somebody watched this video, they're coming back, they left a comment. You know what I mean? Like, this is all computational stuff. Like, they know, I don't even know if that's the right word, but they know what's going on. With every action that happens on their platform, they know exactly what is happening. So no, you're fine. You want those comments. You want that conversation. Inaka says, should I merge two YouTube niches like gaming and YouTube growth because I'm already making a type of video like that? I personally wouldn't, but you can. So let's say, for example, you're making gaming videos. You have a lot of people that are coming in for the gaming content. If they are YouTubers, then in that particular case, sure, go for it. If they are not YouTubers, then the YouTube growth content isn't going to make much sense to serve your viewers with YouTube content when they don't care because they don't have a YouTube channel, right? So because of that, no, I definitely, I personally wouldn't mix the two. Let's see here. Okay, that's interesting. Whoa, that was weird. Let me mute this. Yeah, that just like taxed out my audio card. Did you hear that? Did you hear like a crackle just come through? That was crazy. I just got like an alert and then everything just went across my system. Oh, that was great. Okay, let's see here. So next question in the queue is 2-Minute Classroom. Awesome name. How will changing thumbnails, titles, description, tags affect a video in search? Will YouTube reevaluate it for better or for worse? So, okay, here's the process. So if you change a thumbnail, that doesn't actually cause YouTube to say, hey, something serious has changed in this video, so we're going to, make sure that it's in the right place. But what that does do when you change a thumbnail is that may cause people to respond more positively or negatively to that video. And by changing that thumbnail, that can increase the views that you're getting on that video, or it can decrease the views that you're getting on that video from that specific discovery source. Whereas like titles, on the other hand, that isn't necessarily something that needs to have that immediate feedback. If you change your title and description, for example, together, then that can cause your video to actually get re-indexed by YouTube, to where YouTube says, hey, something's changing. They changed the title based on context or whatever reason that they want to try to re-index it. Changing the titles and description can actually cause them to re-index the video. Tags, not really. You're kind of fine there. But the thumbnails, that one is like your safest bet. If you don't want to mess anything up, then changing your thumbnails or experimenting with your thumbnails is the one that you would want to go with first. Because in a lot of cases, like if you can fine tune your thumbnail, just getting that thumbnail click through rate higher, as long as people are watching your videos, can make a big difference on how your videos perform. El Awalito, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. St. Brendan, hi, what is up? Nice to see you in here as well. Quentin the Beast, what is up? Saying, how do you get people to join you live? So what I was talking about before with having specific niche content or a specific genre of content, this is where that comes in really handy, right? Because in this particular situation, when I go live, because I'm talking about YouTube here in the live streams, I talk about YouTube in almost all of my videos and all of that, or some part of the content creation process. And because of that, when these notifications go out, people are like, hey, this is YouTube related stuff. I know other YouTubers are going to be hanging out in here. I know that we're going to have a good time hanging out with Nick. And then they come in and they join the live stream. Yeah, so right here, great example. Thank you for that, Ratty Star, saying, I changed some titles on a few videos as views dried up. Now they are being viewed again. Yep, right there. There you have it. Boom. All right. Rundown Ranger 35 says, what is the best thumbnails for making thumbnails on a computer? What is the best software? What is the best software for making thumbnails on a computer? That software would be Photoshop. Hands down. DJ Flanas 15 says, what would be the best way to attract an audience playing mobile games? is the same exact thing. Play the game, be really good at the game, be really entertaining because your personality is going to matter, or what it is that you're accomplishing in the game, or try to come up with something that you're doing that isn't just playing the game, to where you're offering an additional type of value of some kind. That's another thing that you can do. But again, just like everybody else on the platform, you're going to have good titles and good thumbnails, and you're going to have to be able to keep people watching, so that YouTube itself will try to put your videos in front of people because other people are responding to your content. The Gold Raven says, how do I gain subs and views? You gain subs by adding value to the people that are watching your videos, to where they feel like they got something out of it. They learned something. They were inspired. They were motivated. They could change their way of thinking in some way. You made them laugh, whatever it happens to be, because you're entertaining. You showed them like a new way to do something. You taught them how to build something, whatever. That's the kind of stuff that gets people to subscribe. In terms of getting more views, same exact thing applies that I've been saying a lot in terms of making sure that your thumbnails are getting clicked on, make sure you're writing good titles, and make sure people are actually watching your content. Because here's the thing, like, let's say that you're getting like a decent average view duration on your videos, and you're getting a decent click-through rate on your thumbnails, but you just don't have that velocity yet, like when you publish a video, to where people are, coming in mass. So because of that, your videos are going to take a little bit of time to get some juice. But on the back end, then what's going to happen is, as your channel starts growing, you're going to see some of those back videos start swelling up too. You can watch this happening on Dee's channel right now, to where, he puts out the content, people are responding to it, his thumbnails are good, and because of that, some of those older videos, they're starting to, some of them have already started going up a lot, but some of those older videos are starting to pick up. What's up, Forgotten? Nice to see you in here. See a check mark by your name, so I'm gonna go check out your channel here, see what it is that you're making. Always got to look at the check marks. Oh, nice! Look at that. Woo, 258, rocking. High five and fist bump. Nice to see that. DJ Forgotten mashup. Oh, you make music. Nice. Absolutely nice. So I also, as you can see, dabble. I just dabble as a hobby, so I'm definitely going to subscribe to you. And you have a beat store, which is fantastic. If you have some sound samples, I might end up buying some. as long as they'll work inside of Beatmaker 3 as samples. Unspeakable Gaming says, what is the best app for YouTube on Android? So if you're talking about recording your videos, if you're talking about actually like editing your videos, I'm not really sure if you're talking about live streaming. So let's just run it down. So if you want to edit your videos, I would use KineMaster or LumaFusion. If you are wanting to record videos, I would use your built-in camera, or I would use Filmic Pro, which you're going to have to pay for. I would also, if you're going to do live streaming on your phone, I would use Streamlabs OBS if you want to do live streaming with Streamlabs mobile app. If you want to do live streaming where you have multiple phones, where you can have like multiple cameras going on and things like that, then like if you have a setup to where you have like a tablet and then you have like a couple of iPhones, this is iPhone specific, then you can use Switcher Studio, which lets you run like a full production live stream from your mobile devices, which is pretty awesome. Neil saying, hey, play us a tune. Yeah, see what I got here. Yeah, I can play stuff. I don't know how well you're going to hear it. I think I can actually feed it right through here. But yeah, just playing with like loops and stuff like that. I'm here, let's see what I've got here. Let's do let's see what I got. Let's load session. Yeah, turn down the volume real quick, see what it sounds like. Oh, this is the one that's getting the static in it. So I'm having a problem right now. So if anybody has one of the new iPads, let me know if you're experiencing this, if you make music with it. So I'm going to plug this in so you can hear it. But basically, like, let's see here. That would be my headphone jack. Let's plug this in. But basically, you're going to hear a static. And with this static, what sucks is because of this static, like when I load in certain samples, it starts making everything just staticky, and I'm not sure why. So like as this is playing, you're gonna hear like a static come through. Oh, you know what? I can't hear it because it's not actually. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, but that's all you got for now. That's just like a quick one that I put together. But yeah, basically it's just you know, just a hobby of mine. And now it won't stop playing. What have you done, Neil? Now everything's just been derailed. Dee wasn't here, so you had to step in. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. Got it. All right. So let's see here. Jamit Crew says that beat was nice. Thank you. We've got Dre Avery saying dope. We've got Grabster saying, well, okay, nice. Yeah, okay, so we got some good feedback on that. Yeah, very, very cool. So Cricket says, I love learning this. I'm really into the YouTube music channels and supporting the small artists, EDM mostly. Very cool. Yeah, so if you're into that sort of thing, just a heads up, when I'm putting some of this stuff together, I'm going to be doing it more on Twitch. So definitely make sure that you follow me over there as well, so you can catch some of those live streams, because I just do it live. It's what I did with the last one. Brian G. Johnson in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see you in here. Yeah, you're going to have to catch the beat on the replay. Brian G. Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian B. to the G. Johnson in the house representing. Let's see here. Can we chill on all caps is a request by Beanie Draws. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a request from Beanie Draws asking for if you would please chill on the caps. Thank you very much. All right, announcement has been made. Flash in your pan, what's up, man? Great to see you. Great to see you in here. Yeah, Brian G. Johnson, man, you can see that the we're missing an element here. So I actually brought him in. He's right here. D's here. You know what I needed here, and I should have planned this better, and I didn't, is Jason Rodriguez actually does like mouth stuff, to where like he would take this, cut out D's mouth, and he would actually talk like D. That's what I should have done, and I just completely blew it until just now when the idea just hit me. Man, I should have done that. That would have been so much fun. Oh well. All over the place, Lily Tree. Absolutely dropping beats all over the place. Simply Mel, what is up? Nice to see you in here. Thank you so much again for your M&Ms and for the little chocolate bar things and all of that stuff. Really good stuff. Thank you so much for that. Massively appreciated. Let's see here. Hey, Nick, I have to run. I will watch your replay to the answer to my question. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm going through them now. The early kid in says, I know what the blue wrenches are moderators, but what are the green names? The green names are channel members. The early kit in. So basically with the channel members, you get like additional perks and stuff. Actually, right after the new year flips over, we are going to be doing another members only live stream. So if you want to get in on that, that's going to be going on. And then there's some additional stuff that I put in the members feed also for members only. So that's what the green names are. Addicted to Profit says send M&Ms for channel reviews. Yep. Address is this for M&Ms. Daily Vlog Team says, why do some people lose views from their total? They lose views from their total because YouTube has detected that those views are low quality views, whatever that means. I don't know, but that's in their documentation. Or they've like deleted a video or something like that, or a handful of videos, and because of that, they've been taken down. Or they've bought views in the past, and because of that, as soon as those accounts are taken out, then the views that those channels have accumulated have also been removed, like the purge that just happened, and that can also cause view counts to go down as well because they weren't legitimate. Shiba Studio says, hey, are you able to do a quick first impression on my channel, and how can I improve? Not a review of any sort, but just a quick overview. Yeah, so I'll pull you up right here, Shiba Studios. So, and I can actually pull you up as well. Hold on, let me double check here. Just do a quick family-friendly search since D isn't here helping. Do this one myself. Okay, so yeah, I'll pull this up here really quick for this one. And I think this is it. Boom, there we have it. So yeah, so basically with yours, the very first thing that I would recommend, Shiba Studios, is when I land on your channel page, no clue, lead the team in the house. What's up, dude? Nice to see you in here. Is My Life with Julia. Happy almost New Year's to you as well. Awesome Wood Things. Also, Happy New Year's to you also. So yeah, so in your particular case, one thing that I would definitely make sure that you do is in your channel art right here, I would let people know exactly what it is that you're offering on your channel. Just because, you know, like let's say that they watch this particular video. when they land on your channel page, if you state clearly what it is that you're offering here, then that lets them know that you have more content like the content that they just watched, since it seems, as I'm looking through your stuff, that you are doing some type of, theme in terms of like horror stuff or something like that. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But in addition to that, make sure that you're using descriptions for all of your playlists. In terms of your titles themselves, just as a heads up, I know these are older. Let me see if you're still doing it before I even say it. Okay, you're not doing it anymore, so that's good. But for anybody that's watching this, just as a tip for you, also right here, YouTube is recommending as well that people don't use all caps anymore. They're saying that can actually limit your reach on YouTube. And I know that a ton of the bigger channels do it. But if you're not one of those bigger channels, then don't put that into practice and don't do it, because your channel isn't treated the exact same way that theirs is. So you want to do everything that you can to not have any of those disadvantages for yourself. But yeah, so first thing, definitely add what's going on in your channel here. I think that this doesn't really represent anything horror related. I think that if you're going to be doing horror content, that if you make this like a little bit scary as well, would probably be another win. Another thing here with your playlist descriptions as well, I would also do something with your thumbnails that helped people recognize them as yours. So of course, you want to make good thumbnails, but you also want to do something on here, even if it's just like a small mark of something that your regular viewers would notice, so that when they're watching one of your videos and they see over in the recommended column or on their homepage, they see one of your videos pop up, they can say, oh, this is one of their videos. Because one thing that everybody needs to make sure that they're thinking about in this situation, right? And the reason that this is so important is because, like, a lot of people will think like, oh, hey, well, they're going to know my stuff because it looks like my horror stuff, as an example. But in reality, like, one thing that you have to think of is you have to think, okay, if they're watching your horror stuff, there's a really good chance they're also watching other people's horror stuff. And because of that, when they're watching one of your videos or one of their videos or whatever, what's going to happen is YouTube is going to be presenting your content next to the other horror channels' content that they watch as well. So you have to find a way for the people that are into your stuff to be able to know that those thumbnails are yours or that those videos are yours. And you do that by adding some type of little, graphic or a letter or some type of style or something like that to your thumbnails that your audience will be able to recognize as your channel and influence grows. All right. Dole Whip Dad, what is up, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Hey, my girlfriend just got here. What's up, T-Lock? Let's see here. Also, just as another quick heads up for you, Sheba Studios, another thing that I recommend that you do as well is I recommend that you also, here on your About Me page, I recommend that you also optimize this by putting up here exactly what it is that you're offering on your channel, so that when people share your channel out, as your channel grows, and people are sharing this out on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, so that they will see this. And basically, this is to be used as a way to entice people to come into your channel when it's being shared. And then everything under that is to be used to let people know the content that you're putting out. Maybe put your backstory in here, let people know why you're into this type of content, why you want to make this content for them, that kind of stuff. Maybe put an upload schedule in here, something like that, is also something else that you want to do. I'm actually going to show you guys something here really quick. If I can find it quickly, I'm going to show you something really cool here. There's a tool, and Phil over at TubeBuddy actually just got me hip on this. Let's see if I can find it here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. So you can actually use, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Let's see here. Other bookmarks. Let's go to, see, we've got video stuff. It'll probably be all the way down at the bottom. YouTube stuff. Okay. So this isn't exactly like the right count, because they have this as a a thing for developers, but something really cool that I want to show you, and I'm actually going to use Sheba's channel right here as an example. So Twitter has something called a card validator, and right here, if I do a preview card, then you're going to see right here they say here, right, this is what Shiba Studios, this is what people see. The real version on Twitter, actually, you get a few more characters than this, but this is basically what people are going to see when somebody shares your YouTube channel out onto Twitter, right? So this is cards-dev.twitter.com/validator, and this is basically going to just give you a preview of how people are going to see the information that pops up on your channel, okay? And then here inside of Facebook, I think this is the one as well. Give me 1 second just to confirm it. Yeah, and then this one here, you can also see, again, this one's just a little bit shorter, but you can see here how it's upcoming projects, you know, fashion model, fan-made animation, like that kind of stuff, right? So you want to make sure that you optimize your stuff so that when people are sharing your content out, right? Because that's how, you know, that's one of the ways that, you know, all of us grow on YouTube. You know, like right now, if you're enjoying this and you know, for some of you that are saying, hey, I love when he drops knowledge bombs like this. But, you know, like for some of you that are, you know, digging this right now, definitely share this out. Just so, you know, other people can come in and learn this stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure why this one doesn't have a preview right now, actually. But yeah, so like, for example, if I go to, I close that. I didn't want to close that. Let's see here. Let me take this down real quick, and then I'm going to go to my channel just to give you an example of what a properly optimized channel is going to look like. Actually, you know what? Hey, Dusty Porter in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see you. I hope you had a great Christmas as well, and pumped for 2019, man. Very pumped for 2019. Awesome to see you in here, man. Thank you for swinging by. Dusty Porter, guys, he also does a lot of like live streaming and stuff like that. He has stuff on tons of tech, so definitely check out Dusty Porter over on his channel. He's killing it over there. But yeah, so like for example, if I do this to mine, just to give you just a ballpark example of how to optimize this stuff. Oops, that one wasn't right. Still wasn't right. There we go. Yeah, so this one, so I have a few more characters in like the real world version. So if you actually do this on Twitter, it's going to look just a little bit more extended where you're going to see more. But basically the way that I've optimized mine is I have it here to where it's like, you know, Nick Nimmin shares YouTube tips. Basically, I want to put my name in there, right? Shares YouTube tips, YouTube video ideas, and more to help you grow your YouTube channel, right? So what I'm doing right there is I'm basically tapping into, like if a YouTuber sees this, I want them to see whatever the tweet is, and then from there I want them to see YouTube really quick, right? Because it's like, oh, hey, they are doing YouTube. So because of that, if they see YouTube on here, then that's going to be like, oh, YouTube, hey, this is something that I'm interested in. I'm on YouTube, whatever, what's going on here? And they see shares YouTube tips. Hey, I'm a YouTuber. I want YouTube tips, right? Video tips, YouTube video ideas, because that's something that a lot of people struggle with, and more to help you grow your YouTube channel, which is another pain point for content creators, right? So that's why I've structured mine that way. Same thing here with the debugger. For this one also is a little bit longer on Facebook. When you actually share it on Facebook as well, you can test it for yourself if you want to share my channel on Facebook. But also here, like Nick Nimmin shares YouTube tips, YouTube video ideas, and more, and then it cuts it off. Right? So because of that, like this is optimized so that not only is it something that is explaining what's going on my channel, but it's also something that is speaking directly to the people that would be interested in the type of content that I create. Give me a hashtag makes sense if that makes sense. But yeah, so with this, I'll actually. Yeah, so with this, the Twitter one, the Twitter card, I'll actually share both of these out on Twitter actually right now. Twitter validator. I'm going to share these out on my, let's see here. How do I get to the debug sharing? Yeah, I'm going to share these. I just shared the Twitter one on my Twitter page, and then I'm going to share this one on here as well. These are all going to be shared on Facebook validator. So if you follow me on Twitter, then you're going to have access to these links. So if you're not following me on Twitter, get over there and follow me on Twitter. It's almost 2019 and you're not following me on Twitter yet? Come on, get over there and follow me on Twitter, for Pete's sake. What's going on in this world? We're going to 2019. You haven't followed me on Twitter yet? Jeez. All right. So sorry, my girlfriend's here, so I have to like act out just a little bit, you know, because I need her to laugh also, right? Because she's just sitting over there looking at me like, come on, right? So I gotta entertain her now as well. Beanie says for Nick's sake. Oh, good stuff. Okay, let's see here. Next question on our list is let's see here. We got that one already. Okay, daily vlog team says, what did I do on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? Let's see here. I went to my girlfriend's parents and basically hung out in the mountains and just kind of hung out. That was my Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Christmas Eve was actually driving there, and Christmas Day was hanging out there. Moonlight Gotcha says, I can't use Twitter because my phone is broken. No worries. I'm not sure how you're getting into YouTube right now, but that's cool. I just put those links over there. So if you want those links, that's where you need to get it. Unless you pulled it from the stream here. Frost Bryce saying on their way to 100. Congratulations on that. Any advice for a channel under attack by way of false copyright claims? That's what's happening to my channel currently. Nathan Oakley, man, that absolutely sucks. In terms of like what you can do, no, not really. Like the only thing that you can do is hopefully you're not using any copyright material that they can claim as theirs, so that you can just, you know, basically just keep disputing the claims that you're getting. And that completely sucks because like right now you have to add that to your workflow, and that's a bummer for now. So yeah, that absolutely sucks. I'm sorry to hear that that's happening to you. It always bums me out when I hear that. Like when I hear like, you know, when I hear people are having, you know, like a hard time with stuff like that, always bums me out because I'm in this grind too, right? So like I know like if somebody was doing that to me, I know like what would be going on in my brain. So yeah, it's I hate hearing you know, I hate hearing that kind of stuff happening to people. Let's see here. Ratty Star says my watch time is consistently around 90% from my non-subscribers. Nice, dude. And 10% from subscribers. Not nice, dude. I have calls. Oh, wait. Do you mean like your watch time percentage viewed, or do you mean just total watch time on your channel? So if you're getting watch time is 90% in terms of like, you know, the like if you have a pie of your watch time and 90% of that pie of your total watch time, 90% of that pie is new viewers, non-subscribers, and 10% is from subscribers, then what that tells you is that you need to serve your audience better in terms of your current subscribers. However, the fact that you're getting 90% from non-subscribers is good to an extent because new viewers and non-subscribers are how you actually grow a channel, right? Because like you have your subscribers that you serve, so you know you're putting out content that your subscribers enjoy, your actual hub content, but your content that is actually pulling new people in so that you can get, you know, so you can convert them into subscribers, like that's a win. So having a lot of non-subscribers watching your stuff is great, but you just want to make sure that you're also serving your audience as well. But I'll continue your question. I have calls to action at the beginning and end of my videos asking for people to subscribe. Is this a normal figure, or do I need to work harder to convert these non-subscribers into subscribers? Thank you for all your great advice. Yeah, so in terms of having the call to action at the beginning and the end, that's fantastic. Very smart thing to do. I do the same exact thing. Just make sure that you're structuring that one at the front properly, because I've worked with people before to where we've added that, but because they couldn't really fine-tune how it was that they were saying it, where basically we'd get it all worked out during our call, and then after the call they would actually go and make a video, and when they made the video they would like mess it up somehow, and that kept happening time and time again. And because of how they were actually structuring it, it just wouldn't work on their channel, but everybody else to where it's been structured correctly has worked from my experience. So just make sure that you're structuring that front call to action correctly in terms of making sure that you're telling them what it is that they're going to get out of it and the type of content that you make, and then ask them to subscribe. So make sure you're structuring it that way, because that's the way that it works the best. In terms of working harder to convert those non-subscribers into subscribers, as long as you're making that content that they're getting that value out of, and as long as you're putting those calls to action in there, then definitely, you know, you're on the right track there. However, I would, you know, maybe, I'm not sure if you have a community tab yet or not. If you do, then I would definitely start polling your subscribers from time to time just to make sure you're on the right path with the content that they want to see as well. Because like if you're having only 10% of your current subscribers come in and watch your stuff, then that tells you that your current people aren't really digging what's going on in your channel, or YouTube is just pushing you out like crazy. And that's where you're getting that huge influx of people. Ginger's Doll World says, can you do a video on that, structuring the call to action? I actually have that way down on my video list. I'm working on a course right now with TubeBuddy. It's almost done. I'm just editing the videos and stuff now, but that's going to be available shortly. It's going to be available for beta in January, but I go into all this stuff in like detail in that. So you know, that will be in there too. But I'll be making a video about it as well. It's just way down on the list. Blue-Eyed Tech, what subscriber number do you think no longer makes you a small content creator? 1. I have seen people with thousands of subscribers that I would consider to not be small, but they still refer to themselves as a small YouTuber. So here's something that's interesting, and I was just talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. Chef Jelly, what is up? Nice to see you. So I was talking to a buddy of mine about this the other day because like now, you know, because my channel's got like 300,000 subscribers on it. And I remember when I had dinner with a guy here locally, and he was like a travel channel, and he had 7,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And at the time I thought, because I had like 100 on my channel, and I thought like, wow, man, this guy's got like a lot of subscribers. He's got like tons of people, you know, following his stuff. And then once I got to like 10,000, then I started looking at 7 different. Once I got to 20,000, I started looking at 10 different. Once I got to 50, I started looking at 20 differently. So it's like as you go through, exactly. Lily Tree says, how small is small? Right? So like as you go through the process, all of those numbers, they all become extremely relative to your personal experience. So I know this sounds kind of weird, but like what you might be looking at is like a huge channel right now. Once you get there, you might look at that and be like, you know what, this is definitely a huge channel, but it's not as big for whatever reason as I thought when I was on my way there. Right? And anybody in here right now that has, you know, a channel that you consider a decent size, you know, like you're already experiencing that probably. But yeah, it's just an interesting dynamic that takes place in terms of, you know, what you consider to be small or whatever. And in terms of small, you know, there's also the no small creator movement with, you know, that Cody Wanner started. And like with that one, you know, the idea is that, like the idea behind that, and I think it's awesome, is that when people are looking at themselves as small creators, it's an error, because like creation itself is huge. So the fact that you have a thought and that you can take that thought and you can write down on paper, hey, this is what I want to make. And then you stand in front of a camera, or you animate, or you review something, or you take something out of the box and you present it in a certain way, and you set up your lights in a certain way so everything looks a certain way or whatever. But you create this entire experience for people to watch. Like just that act by itself is huge, even if you don't have any subscribers at all. Even if you're just making videos and you're not even putting them on the internet, going through that process of creation by itself is huge. And that's, you know, like that mindset is kind of what spawned the whole no small creator thing, because, you know, like when you go through that process of, I want to do this and I want to make this, or I want to create this, and then you take the steps necessary to get it out of your brain and turn it into something, you know, that people all over the world, that other brains, right, that other brains can sit there and look at and watch and feel something from, or learn something from, or whatever. Like, you know, going through that entire process, it's a humongous thing. And I think that we all take it for granted. Right? In a lot of cases, I mean, I'll be honest, right? Like in a lot of cases, I'll turn on the camera and I'm like, all right, I got to knock out these videos. So I'm going to, you know, crank out like 3 videos. So, you know, get my bullet points together, crank these videos out. But, you know, a lot of times when I'm making the content, like when I'm coming up with the ideas, or when I'm deciding on which content to make, I'll think about, you know, like, hey, what do I need to do? But when I'm actually making the content itself, I don't think of it in those terms, right? But when I have moments like right now, as an example, during this live stream, when I have moments right now to where I, you know, I think through that process and think what's actually happening, it's humongous for all of us. Like, think about it, right? Sorry, I'm ranting here, but think about this. Like, from your home, or from out in the world somewhere, or from your office, or wherever it is that you make content from, you get to take something out of your brain, translate that idea into something that people literally all over the globe, like I'm on the other side of the planet from where I grew up, and I still watch content from there, right? So people like on the other side of the world, and you can look in your demographics to see that, you know, all of the different people from all over the world that are watching your content. But the fact that you can actually make something from an idea that you had in your brain, from just some little whim of inspiration, you create something that people from all over the world can enjoy, that you can just upload it somewhere to this magical place on the internet, right? This to some server somewhere, and not magical place, but you know what I mean. But you upload it to the internet, and then people all over the world get to experience your creation with you. Yeah, just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Love it. Yeah, hashtag no small creator. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so if you guys don't know about Cody Wanner, the guy that started that, he actually has a Facebook group, a No Small Creator Facebook group. You should definitely join that Facebook group. He has a YouTube channel as well. I'm actually going to drop a link to him right here, just because he's got, like, you know, like his worldview on stuff like that is awesome. And if you are not subscribed to him, he does vlog style content. He does some educational stuff too. He's got like video editing tutorials and stuff like that. I'm actually going to put his channel right here in the chat right now. So I encourage you to go over and subscribe to his YouTube channel there. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel too. But yeah, awesome dude. Yeah, Flip Classroom Tutorials saying the access that we have to the world is such a massive thing. I love it. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely incredible. And it goes the other way too. The fact that, like, you know, like you can hop on YouTube right now and you can watch content from India if you want. You can watch content from Thailand. You can watch content from Japan. Like you can go to Google search and you can type in, like, unless you know the actual country codes for it. So here I'm going to go to Google search right now. And then I'm going to type in YouTube Japan. Bam, I have the oops, that was the wrong one. Hold on. What is the Japan country code? No. I'm actually getting a, yeah, I think it might be like .jp. I'm not sure what their actual URL structure is. So, no, this is just a YouTube channel. 1 million subscribers of a YouTube Japan YouTube channel. Hold on, YouTube Japan URL. Let's do this. Japanese equivalent of YouTube. That's funny. It's actually YouTube. Okay, so I can't find it right now, but I've done this before, and you can hunt down the actual country codes for these, and you can go watch YouTube from all over the place, which is just incredible. Like for us as content creators. So like if you want to do something that's like really crazy, go and look at content from like some of these other places. Like go and get the country codes for like Japan or India or something like that, and like remove the language thing and just look at the content at some of the different stuff like that's on their trending pages and stuff, and look at it. And what's crazy is you'll actually find similarities to what's happening in like the Western world YouTube as well. Like you'll find a lot of similarities in terms of like what people respond to. It's really bizarre, but it's awesome. So yeah, okay, I'll get off the rant now, and we can get back to answering YouTube questions. Marky and Blair says, how does it affect watch time when you play videos at a faster playback speed? I like to support others, but I watch at 1.5 speed to save the time. Then you are basically speeding up the actual time that they get on that video. So what you're doing there when you're watching it at 1.5 speed is you're actually giving them less watch time than they would get if you watched at a normal time, because it's how much time you actually spend on the video, how much real time you spend on the video. Dole Whip Dad says, let's see here. I just saw it, man, and then it went away. Give me 1 second trying to find you again. Let's see. Where did it go? Okay, Dole Whip Dad says, I'm looking at Epidemic Sound, but lots of others out there. Thoughts? I personally use Epidemic Sound. I love Epidemic Sound. I love, one thing that I really enjoy with Epidemic Sound is that you can use stems. So, for example, I actually have a whole video on Epidemic Sound if you want to see what the inside of Epidemic Sound looks like. Just do like Nick Nimmin, go to YouTube and search like, go to YouTube, you're on YouTube, but search Epidemic Sound Nick Nimmin. Like the thing that I talk about in there that I really like is, like, in most of these sites, you download like an entire track. On Epidemic Sound, let's say that you just like the drums, then you can just download the drums. Or let's say that you just like the melody, you can just download the melody. And where that's really cool is how many times have you been listening to a song that you want to use in a video, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. and you're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And then whoever made the song, they introduced some particular part of the song, and you're like, oh gosh, why did they add that? It just ruined it. In Epidemic Sound, depending on, you know, where that sound comes in, you can actually just remove it and just not use it, which is really, really cool. Yeah, it's awesome. So another thing that's really cool is like with those stems, let's say that you go and you listen to a song and it just has like a and then it's got like the drums that come in or whatever. And say like for a particular part of your video, you're like, wow, it'd be perfect if I just had the so you can just go and take that and just use that in your video without any of the other stuff too. So yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see here. So I'm going to go into the forum here, see what else we got in terms of questions. Let's do. So if you're enjoying this, definitely, you know, if you haven't yet, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Share it. Share it out on Twitter. Share it out on Facebook. Let's get some more folks coming in here answering or asking some YouTube questions. Answering too, you know, if you'd like. Joshua Crawford says, this year has been amazing for my channel. Thanks to your tips. Thank you. Any tips on making better thumbnails for drum covers? What I would do is I would definitely make sure that you're putting drum imagery in there so that when YouTube is showing your content to people that watch other drum covers, then they see that it's crystal clear that your content has something to do with drums. At the very least, I would put drumsticks in there as like part of your branding on your thumbnails or something, so that when they see that, they have that imagery that has that mental association with drums, so that you can, you know, make sure that they identify your content as that to grab their attention. Grabster says, what is your favorite YouTuber of all time? Nimmin. Nimmin is my favorite YouTuber of all time. TipsTube says, I do have any experience from a 600 subscriber account YouTube channel now. So now I want to make tips. How should I explain the tips? Also, if you record on a phone, will your channel not increase? No, recording on a phone is perfectly okay. And TipsTube, I'm actually going to pull up your channel right now, and I'm going to see exactly what it is that you're doing. So I see it looks here that you've got 7 subscribers, not 600. So I'm not sure what that is. Your channel's not optimized. Your channel actually isn't even open for, like, it's not like you don't have your custom layout or anything. So yeah, you probably shouldn't be giving tips yet if you don't have that stuff put together yet. And in the fact that you're asking me also means that you probably shouldn't be advising other people. If you're asking me, in term, like if you're going to be giving YouTube tips, you probably shouldn't be asking me that question. Or I mean, you probably shouldn't be doing YouTube tips if you're asking me that question. That's what I'm getting at. Zephyr says, at what point should we do collaborations with other channels and what size should they be? Fantastic question. And the reason that's a fantastic question is because I just mentioned that in my video. So I have a video that's coming out on how to grow your YouTube channel in 2019. You have to watch it because, you know, everybody's talking about the normal stuff. You know, hey, you know, make sure your audience retention's good. Make sure people are clicking on your thumbnails, all that stuff. And I mentioned that. But I also mentioned a lot of like deeper stuff that kind of trumps a lot of that as well. So make sure when that video comes out that you check out that video because it's a really good one. And it might even sound, the tone after I recorded it, you know, the tone I think is a little bit ranty, but it's not meant to be ranty. It's just meant to be like, look, this is what you have to do, right? So make sure you watch that video when it comes out. It should be out Monday, I believe. Zephyr says, at what point should we do collaboration? So when you are starting a YouTube channel, you should already be thinking about collaborations. Who am I going to collaborate with? Who should I collaborate with? And all that. You should do that right away. And the reason for that is because if you are tapping into YouTube's different traffic sources, right? Collaborating with other YouTubers is also creating additional traffic sources. So if you're making content for YouTube search, you're making content that might get more attention on the browse page, or that might get more attention in recommendation features. So you're tapping into all of those. And then you also collaborate with other content creators. If you have a brand new channel, the best thing that you can do is collaborate with as many people as you can handle. If it means that you upload every single video of yours is a collaboration of some kind to get started, or every other video of yours is a collaboration to get started, I would do it. And the reason for that is because when you're doing those collaborations, one, you're reaching out to tons of people. So you're getting your networking thing down with other content creators. Two, the ones that respond to you and the ones that want to work with you, those are the people that you're going to be talking to. And especially when you're just starting out, Zephyr, I'm not sure how to say your name, but especially if you're just starting out, like that, I cannot emphasize how important that is, because then as you're going through this process and your channel's growing and things like that, you basically create this network of other people that are also coming up with you to where you can bounce ideas off of. Let's say there's like a subscriber purge, like what just happened. You can be like, oh my gosh, I just lost a bunch of subscribers. Hey, 8 different channels that I just collaborated with recently. Hey, did any of you guys notice a drop in subscribers? I just had this happen. And then you get that immediate feedback to where it's like, hey, this is happening to us too. We just noticed also. And then, you can also kind of get an idea of what's normal, in terms of like, hey, I'm getting this kind of click through rate on my thumbs. What are you getting? And you start sharing information like that. But you basically create a friendship with all these people. You create, allies, so to speak, right? I mean, it's, creating those allies with other content creators can be really valuable, because as you go through this process, you don't know, like a lot of people will say, hey, I'm going to collaborate. I'm going to try to only collaborate with big channels, right? A lot of people will think that way because I want to grow my channel quickly. So I'm only going to reach out to big content creators because I want their subscribers to come over and look at my stuff, right? That's the idea. But the funny thing is, and I've mentioned this in videos before, but the funny thing is, if you're a 50 subscriber channel and you're collaborating with another 50 subscriber channel or 10 other 50 subscriber channels, you don't know. You might be collaborating with a big YouTuber. They just don't have the numbers yet, right? Like you might be collaborating with like the fastest growing channels in the niches that you're collaborating in, but you don't even know it yet. They don't know it yet. But for whatever reason, people respond to that person and their content and they just take off. And you made that friendship, you made that connection back when you both had 50 subscribers. So as they're coming up, they're like, no problem having you back in their videos and stuff like that. And they're like, they're friends, and they look at you as like, they look at your relationship as like, as pure as it can possibly be, because you both started out your relationship when you're both in that same exact spot. So nobody feels like anybody's trying to get anything or anything like that. So yeah, so if you are considering collaborating, do it, and do it as much as humanly possible for the sake of networking with other content creators and just having friends that are doing the same things that you're doing, because doing this stuff by yourself can get lonely. Let's see here. I saw a super chat come in, so I want to answer that question real quick. Health, Weight, and Real Talk says, love the content creator rant. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm kind of going like, I'm kind of derailing my own self today. That's what I have to do when D doesn't show up. This guy, when he doesn't show up, right? Gotta derail myself when D doesn't show up. Cortane Music, I do have a Discord. I think there's a link to it down in the description below, as a matter of fact. Let's see here. Gonna go into another question here. Forceps says how to make good thumbnails better than the one now. Which free app do you recommend? Like simple and very effective. Snapseed is great for the app. Canva is great for the app in order to make thumbnails. And I would roll with those to get you started. In terms of how to make good thumbnails, it depends on the actual niche that you're in, and you have to test, right? Because again, like a lot of this stuff falls back on like what I tell you is a great thumbnail might not necessarily be a great thumbnail for the people that YouTube is showing your content to, because how YouTube works is if you're watching my videos, there's a really good chance that YouTube is also suggesting video influencers. YouTube is also suggesting Brian G. Johnson. YouTube is also suggesting Daryl Eves. YouTube is also suggesting Roberto Blake, Tim Schmoyer. Basically how it works is YouTube will take your content and they'll put your content in front of people that have a history of watching content that's similar to your content, right? So if I were to tell you, hey, this is a good thumbnail, but you haven't actually tested that thumbnail with the people that YouTube is showing your content to, then we're just taking a shot in the wind, so to speak, right? But if you are actually testing it and you're saying, hey, this is, when YouTube shows my thumbnails to these people, this is how they respond to it, then what you're doing there is you're getting actual real data on how people are responding to your stuff. And TubeBuddy can actually help you do that. I got a link to them down in the description below. John Simon says, I support you on Patreon. Would you prefer YouTube membership? Ringsinsider.net channel. So John, that's your call, totally your call. As a heads up, I'm actually going to, in 2019, I'm going to be doing something really cool on Patreon. I'm going to be, and I'm not sure if you want to be a part of it or not, but basically what I'm going to be doing over there is I'm actually going to be restructuring everything to start. And then from there, I'm actually going to start on page 1 of the YouTube Creator Academy. And I'm actually going to go through and interpret everything in the YouTube Creator Academy, and I'm going to basically tell people how this stuff applies to their channels. So that's something that I'm only going to be doing on Patreon, and I'm going to be starting that next month. But basically, I'm going to do it live so that people can, ask questions and stuff. So I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to say, okay, this is, what this means, this is what this means, this is what this means, and this, because this is the part that they don't show you, or they don't tell you in there, and this is how you can actually apply this to your channel. This is how you can actually apply this to another part of the platform to, get more views coming in and that kind of stuff. So totally your call to make on, if you want to be a part of that or not. But that's what's going on there. Let's see here. Lead the Team says, love that you're consistent in this weekly conversation. It's great. Continue to tweet M&Ms for your sponsorship deal. Nothing yet. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. So with that, that's something that I haven't actively pursued. And I might actually just cause it keeps coming up, as that whole thing swells a little bit, I might actually start actively pursuing them just for the sake of being hey, just do one live stream just so I can just so I can say that I got it. So, we'll see, we'll see how that goes. Daily Vlog Team says, is it good to use Photoshop for YouTube banners and logos? Absolutely. Alex Gaming says, hey, what's up, Alex Gaming? Is it possible to stream with 2 phones, one phone for gaming and the other for face cam? Is it possible? Yes. And also, I can put a link to my channel because I can't find, no problem. So, with an iPhone, you can do multiple stuff. So what you can do is you can use Switcher Studio, and with Switcher Studio, it will actually allow you to switch between. So you can have one phone over here, and the phone that's over here has, has your face cam on it, and then your actual device. One device would have, your actual gameplay on it. One would be your camera, and then you'd have a tablet or another phone that you would actually use as the actual control center to pull it all together. But yeah, without question, you can absolutely do that. Yeah, Beanie Draws, at the very least, they should give me an M&M shirt, at the very least. Dennis Higgins says, what is a good starter camera? Depends on your budget, depends on what type of content you make and things like that. I would check out Primal Video, or the YouTube channel Primal Video, or the YouTube channel Think Media TV. Both of those have great camera reviews and stuff. Specifically stuff for YouTube cameras under $100, YouTube cameras under $500, that kind of stuff. Minecraft Hero says, I recommend DU Screen Recorder to do face cam while recording gaming vids. Well, I'm not sure if they're recording or if they're live streaming. I think they were wanting to live stream. Hybrid Steel says, my girlfriend's going to kill me for making her wait. Do you guys want to see my girlfriend? Do you want to be introduced to my girlfriend? Yeah, I don't know if she'll come over here. I think she's shy. I don't know if she'll come over. They're like, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if she'll come over here or not. T-Lock? T-Lock? Oh, she's over there with headphones on, so no. Kelsey, how do I get more subs? Or how do I edit with my phone Android? So with subs, just add value to the people that are watching your videos. There's an exchange that takes place. People are coming in and they're spending their precious time. It's all we got, right? They're spending your precious time watching your content, so make it worth it. When you do that, then people will subscribe to your YouTube channel. In terms of phone editor, use KineMaster or LumaFusion for editing on the phone. All right. Ginger's Doll World says, hey, Nick, what's up? Says, I'm starting a new miniature dollhouse channel. I have a channel that isn't monetized because of the new rules, but it does have over 4,000 subscribers. All I need is the watch time to go up. Should I use that channel for the new content or should I start fresh? I do like the idea of starting fresh and watching it grow, or is it better to upload on the existing channel? And should I delete all the videos from that channel before uploading the new content? Thanks so much for your help. So if you delete all the videos before you upload that new content, then you're actually going to delete the watch time that you've accumulated, and that's definitely not something that you want to do. So I would not delete the videos on that channel. If you like the idea of starting out fresh, I would start out fresh. When you do start out fresh, because it's going to be something that's in line with the other content that you make, so I would definitely make videos on the other channels as well, just letting people know that you have the new channel available, so that they can, the ones that want to also subscribe over there can do it there as well. Bam Bam and Kit, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. 3D Plastic Fantasy says, should I focus on quality videos even if it takes 1 month, or quantity videos? Great question. That's one of the most frequently asked questions that I get, and the answer to that is, if you can make content that people respond to in terms of they watch that content for an extended period of time, let's say 50% or more, then in that particular case, then get to that point first before you increase your upload schedule. So work on getting that quality, not necessarily quality in terms of like your camera optics or anything like that, but the quality in terms of how people are responding to your content. Viewers think it's quality enough to watch through a decent amount of your content. If you can do that, then increasing your quantity once you get that figured out is something that you might want to consider. Grandma Lolly says, I read other stories out loud. I got a copyright strike. I took all copyright videos down. I lost 67,000 views. Did I cook my goose? Ouch. No, you did not cook your goose. However, those views are toast. So it didn't, like, you're not going to, that's not like an unrecoverable thing, but yeah, unfortunately you definitely are, those views are gone. And that's definitely the downside of deleting videos off of YouTube. So if they're copyrighted, then in that particular case, like, there's nothing you could have done about that anyway, outside of not make the copyrighted, stuff that they got you for. So yeah, that sucks. Absolutely sucks. I'm sorry to hear that you got a copyright strike. Health Weight and Real Talk says, can you review my thumbnails? I will pull that up. But yeah, real quick, Grandma Lolly, just to let you know, like, that's definitely not something that you're not going to be able to recover from. Like, you'll be fine. But definitely, from now on, now you definitely have to read the stuff that you make instead of reading other people's stories. Paint and Sound, that link is actually down in the description right now. So Health Weight and Real Talk, you wanted a review of your thumbnails. This is another one of those situations to where I'm going to give you some advice really quick, and I'll pull it up on the screen real quick also while I'm doing this. But basically, the advice that I'm going to give you here, I'm actually going to tell you also to make sure that you put up here what your channel is about as well. And on a computer, just as a heads up, the image quality on your channel art is pretty low. It's really pixelated when it's big on a computer. So I just want to bring that to your attention really quick. So I would redo your channel art just to give a crisper image in there and put some information on here letting people know exactly what it is that you do on your channel. I get that it's food related, but I don't know if you're doing like food reviews, if you're doing like mukbang stuff, if you are doing like recipes, like I don't know exactly what it is that you're doing. So the more clear that you can make that, the better off you'll be. In terms of the thumbnails, one thing to think about is here, like you have like food, desserts, access, and money. I think that is. One, you're getting covered up by the timestamp, but two, like when this is viewed on a mobile device, and one of the recommended features, you are going to like the text that you have on here, you're gonna have a difficult time reading it. This right here is going to be almost unreadable. I can hardly read it here on my computer already. So because of that, you are going to need to, if you're going to use text on your thumbnails, just limit your text to just a few words and focus the attention on those few words. Another thing to think about as well is if you are going to be making food content, then even in a situation like this, right, you have overcoming lack of access, living in a food. I'm not sure what the rest of that title is. But like if you're talking about food in this video, you might also want to put food imagery here instead of a person, so that when people are looking around for food type content, then they see actual food, and then, you know, that would entice them to come in and click on this. But again, that's one of those situations to where it's important to test. So once you start getting more views on your videos, let's say once you start getting like 200 views or so, 250 views on a video, then in that case, I would start testing your thumbnails inside of TubeBuddy, so that you can start seeing specifically when YouTube recommends your content to other people that watch content like yours, so you can see how those specific people respond to it. And I saw here while I was doing that, somebody mentioned that they temporarily, or they accidentally got timed out. So I just wanted to give you a heads up, like sometimes because the chat moves, sometimes, hold on. Okay, Mr. Torbuild saying that they falsely got timed out. Just as a heads up, Mr. Torbuild, sometimes that happens. It looks like you actually got hit a couple of times. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So I'm not sure if you were like asking me to look at your channel or something. That's usually like a mod trigger to time it out when people come in, and they ask that a lot. So I'm not sure if that's what's going on or not. But other times too, it's just to where people are, you know, to where like they'll be trying to turn off like another one, and then they'll accidentally, you know, get yours or something because the chat's moving or something like that. All right, so the best intro maker, Sking Martina. If you go to my brother's channel, if you just look for D Nimmin, you can actually see it right here. If you look for that name on YouTube, you'll actually see a bunch of or just a few videos on intro makers for phones. Mikey Slice, my pleasure. All right, next question here is Beanie Draws. Would you consider doing a kind of tutorial on how to use that music app you used on Twitch? I enjoyed the replay. Yeah, actually, yeah, absolutely I will. I'm still learning this app myself because I just got this iPad like maybe a month ago. So I'm still learning how to use that specific app myself. But I know enough that I could show, you know, like how to get started in it and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely I can do that. But the app itself is called Beatmaker 3, Beanie. Josephine DeSmet says, I noticed that the majority of my views are people who never subscribe to me. How do I draw them in besides a call to action, because that doesn't seem to do the job? What you want to do in your particular case is I would, like, if the majority of people that are watching your stuff are non-subscribers and you're trying to convert them into subscribers, then what you have to do is you have to experiment with how you're trying to get them to subscribe. So I'm not sure where you're, like, how your videos are structured in terms of where you're putting your calls to action or how you're actually saying your calls to action. If you're like vocalizing it, if you're using graphics, like, I'm not sure. But those are all things that you have to experiment with to see what you can do to get that view to subscriber ratio up. So what you might want to consider is you might want to look at how you're actually asking them to subscribe and see if there's other things that you can do to that call to action to make it to incentivize them a little bit more. What I mean by that is you can say, you know, like, you know, hey, you know, if you want this particular type of content, then, you know, make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss anything, like that kind of stuff. Like you can see mine. You can feel free to mimic mine also. Like, but just, you know, cater it to your niche and the content that you make. Like on mine, I'm like, you know, if you want to grow your channel, everybody wants to grow their channels. You want to make videos. Yep. And all types of other YouTube related stuff, of course, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell, right? So basically the structure of that, and it took me a while to kind of fine tune that, but the structure of that comes from basically in sales, there's like this psychology thing about like getting people like used to saying yes and things like that. So, you know, like as you're going through the conversation in a sales process, you start things out to where you are just getting like little agreements here and there to where you basically build people up to agree, right? To where like when you finally close them on the sale, to where they're going to be like, you know, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that, right? Because they're used to saying yes. The people that are aware of that, it's like sales psychology stuff, but like the people that are aware of that, they see right through it. They know exactly what you're doing, but it's just one of those things. But but I implemented that a little bit to where it's like, hey, let's get them to where, when somebody watches my video, they're like, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I want that too. Yes, I want that too. So then click to subscribe. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take action on that. Let me hit that subscribe button, right? So just think of how you can apply something similar to your call to action, and just keep messing with it until you find something that works for yours. But experimentation with this stuff will get you really far. What Gear says, that was a good tip. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love giving good tips. That's what I'm talking about. All about the good tips. Charlie123 Gaming says, is my channel good? Is my channel a good start or bad? And can I have a review of my channel and what you think of it? So if you have uploaded your channel, or if you've uploaded videos and you have started a channel, then you're off to a good start. The fact that you started is like step one. From there, I can tell you right now from looking at your channel, you definitely need to work on your thumbnails, and you need to work on your titles all the way around. So what you need to do, Charlie123 Gaming, is you need to watch as many videos as you possibly can on how to make thumbnails, how to title your videos. You need to go through the free YouTube Creator Academy so you can learn like the basics of how all of this stuff, works. And that's a funny thing too, because like a lot of people, like they'll start out and they'll like they don't know yet like how to get this stuff going, and it can be really discouraging. So I just want to let you know, if you are one of the people that are just starting out, let's say you have a new channel and you're trying to like figure out how all this stuff works, hang in there, because there's a learning curve that comes with this. There's a lot of different skills that you have to develop in order to like really fine tune this stuff and make it work for you. So focus all of your efforts on learning how to improve your skill sets over the course of the next 6 months or over the course of the next year, so that you can get yourself into the mode to where you can actually compete. Because like what happens a lot of times is people will look at their channels and they'll compare them to big channels, but one of the things that they don't get yet is that you might have a smaller channel, but the reason that you might have a smaller channel is because you haven't figured out how to design thumbnails that people click on. You haven't made enough videos to where you have fine-tuned your camera presence and how you actually do the presenting on your videos to make yourself more engaging to where people respond to that. Or maybe, you haven't figured out how to properly structure your videos for the niche that you're in. Like there's just a huge learning curve to all this stuff, but I just want to let you know that you can start with none of those skills, and then you can learn your way through it, and people do that every single day. And in 2019, you can definitely, without question, you can do that. But just, if you're just starting out and you don't have those skills yet, I just want to give you the heads up there, 123 Gaming, that's something that you're gonna have to put some time into and to develop, so that you can learn how this stuff works, and you can learn how to make it work for you, and you can learn how to get people to respond also, so that you can get results on the platform. Because like with the big channels, like they've already been through that, right? Like the big channels have already like paid their dues, so to speak, in the learning process, to where they've developed the skills to get, to make thumbnails, to get people to click on them, to learn how to write titles, to learn how to make engaging content and all that stuff, because they've made a bunch of videos. So it's not that you suck and they don't. It's just that they've been doing it for longer, so you probably just didn't know about them when they sucked. That's the only difference. Like I've got videos on YouTube right now that will never see the light of day, to where like this was like 10 years ago, I think. I just put up some tutorial videos for the sake of just putting up some tutorial videos. I had some people, some clients actually, that were asking me how to do some stuff. So I was like, here, I'll just make some videos and I'll just put them up and show them how to do it. And they're horrible. Like I didn't have like a mic or anything, and just how I was actually communicating in the videos was just horrid. Like I wasn't on screen, but for the tutorials, because it was a screen share. And for the tutorials, I mean, it was just like low energy and just kind of like, yeah. Like I would never watch those tutorials. I think I might have like 1,000 views on one of the videos or something, but like it's a process. And when the bigger channels suck, that's just stuff that you don't see when you see them as a big channel, because they've already learned all that stuff. It's another rant again. I gotta reel it in. All right, Slow Domain says, how does the quality of a mobile edited channel compare to professionally edited channel on a computer? Mobile edited channels are fine. Like if you have, if you are a good editor and you can transfer that skill of editing to a mobile device, you're fine. It doesn't matter if you're editing on a mobile device or on a computer, depending on the type of content you're making. Of course, if you're doing After Effects, then you're going to have to do that on a computer. But if you're doing just like normal videos, if you're doing like talking head stuff or vlogs or something, you can totally do that on a phone where you're just doing like simple cuts. You can do that on a phone all day long. Still Creating It says, I want to do reviews of music and monetizing, realizing that I have to reach the thresholds, but I want to be able to play the song as I'm commenting on it. Whoa. Holy moly there, Neil. Let's see here. Oh, good stuff. I want to do reviews of music and monetizing, realizing I have to reach the thresholds, but I want to be able to play the song as I'm commenting on it. As people drop their music, I want to review it. Can I play their song so that the viewer can hear, or do I have to have earbuds on so they can't hear it? Yeah, you have to have earbuds on so they can't hear it. Technically, there are channels that like react to the music and stuff like that as it comes out. Plenty of people do that. Some people, they don't have any trouble. Other people will get copyright strike after copyright strike after copyright strike that they have to defend themselves against, that they have to dispute. So, you know, it just depends if you want to, you know, build that into your workflow or not in terms of, you know, constantly having to dispute copyright claims. Josephine DeSmet says, I have 300 subscribers. High five, fist bump. But according to Morning Fame, there's 42 subscribers that keep coming back. How do I get the others back? It's weird because YouTube Studio Beta says that I have 495 unique viewers in the past 28 days. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you for hanging out today. So if you have 42 subscribers that are coming back out of 300, then what that means is that the people that subscribed initially, for whatever reason, they either got distracted or the content that you put out after they subscribed, it just isn't content they wanted to come back for when those notifications went out. It could also mean that they're just straight up not getting the notifications. Maybe they subscribed, but they didn't click the notification. Maybe they subscribed to support you, but they didn't click the notification. So in order to even know that you uploaded a video, they're going to have to go into their subscriber feed. And maybe the way that they use YouTube, they don't go into their subscriber feed, right? They're just like, yeah, I want to subscribe to this channel. And they think that maybe YouTube is going to like let them know about your new videos, but maybe they don't. Or maybe they do put your videos out there. Let me look at your channel real quick. Maybe they do put your videos out there, but let me look at your thumbnails real quick and see something. Okay, yeah, those are pretty clear yours. Those are clearly yours. So yeah. So your thumbnails are pretty obvious that they're yours. So yeah, so one of the things that I was going to say is maybe they just don't recognize your thumbnails, but yeah, those are pretty clear that they are your thumbnails. So yeah, you're good there. So yeah, so like in that case, it could be like a notifications problem. It could be that they just subscribed and didn't click the notification bell. So one thing that you might want to consider doing, and YouTube even recommends that you do this. I know a lot of people look at it and they think that, hey, this is like begging, or hey, you know, like this is, I'm uncomfortable asking people to do this. But YouTube even recommends that you tell people to click on the bell so that they're more likely to get the notifications as well. So if you're not telling people to click the bell, make sure that you're doing that also, so that they know when you upload a new video to try to get more people coming back. Marky and Blair, thanks for the 5 spot. I appreciate it. Saying, I know a lot of YouTubers do giveaways. I want to share this here to raise awareness of being scammed through them. We were scammed on our Christmas giveaway. Oh, wow. So you were doing a giveaway, but you got scammed by somebody else on your giveaway? Is that what happened? Holy cow. Yeah, so Josephine's response to that was, okay, Nick, thank you so much. I do say subscribe, but maybe I don't always tell them to hit the bell. Thank you. Yeah, definitely make sure that you do that. That's even something that they recommend inside of the YouTube Creator Academy, just as a means to remind people, because, you know, a lot of people, I think we talked about this last Saturday too, is a lot of people, like we assume because we're content creators, we're familiar with the platform, we're, you know, subscribing, you know, to other people and stuff. So like we get it. But, you know, a lot of the people that are on YouTube, especially, they're coming like listening to covers and stuff like that, to where it's just like, hey, I just want to come and like listen to some music. They might not be as in tune. Like, I got a comment on one of my videos to where somebody mentioned that they weren't familiar. Like, they had no idea what the subscribe button was. They thought that they had to pay for something if they clicked subscribe. Once they found out that they could subscribe and click the bell, it like changed their whole YouTube experience to where they're subscribing to a bunch of stuff and clicking the bell. But for a long time, they didn't even know that they could even subscribe to a channel for free. So because of that, you know, one thing to just consider is that, you know, we all, because we're content creators, we're familiar with this. We want people to subscribe, so we're real familiar with that. But people that aren't as familiar with this as we are, the people that are, we'll call them civilians, right? Civilians that are coming onto YouTube and they're just coming on to consume content. Like, for them, they don't necessarily know or are in tune with as much as we are, you know, the subscribe system and how all that stuff works. Yeah, so Neil right here, this is a great example. Neil Crypto Cruising right here. Like, he's tech savvy enough to make YouTube videos. He's into like crypto. He's got like a whole like setup in his place, and he looks great in a bear costume. However, when he started in March, he didn't know that you could even comment on videos or subscribe. So, you know, that's another great example, and he's even like a tech savvy person. So there's that. So I'm going to scroll up here and see if they actually mentioned the. I'm looking for the reply here on. Okay, so yes, you did get scammed. Man, I would love for you to send me, Marky and Blair, I would love for you to send me a, I'm not sure if you're following me on Twitter or not, or if you have a Twitter account, but if you do, if you could just shoot me a DM and just kind of shoot me just like a summarized detail of what happened, just because I would love to be able to spread awareness about that, just something I can warn other content creators about. So if you could just send me just let me know what happened, just so I can let other people know in another live stream at some point. And thanks for the heads up on that, because that's the first time I've actually heard of anybody getting scammed like on the other end. So yeah, that's really good to know. Neil, this keyboard is a X-Key Air, and this was recommended by the YouTube channel Henny the Business. He actually does a lot of like Beatmaker 3 tutorials and stuff. He does, he's like a music producer, and he does like a lot of tutorials on how to do all this stuff on like your phone and tablets and stuff like that, how to make music on them. So I was watching a lot of his stuff, and he recommended it, so I got it through him and through his affiliate link. All right, let's see here. Night Riders Nation SSO Club says, where can I get a good microphone? Amazon. Just go to Amazon.com. Literally anything you want, they're going to have it there. Let's see. Hey, Real Estate Whisperer, what's up? Nice to see you in here. Okay, 30-day review says, Nick, I want people to send pictures of themselves for a segment in a new video each week. What do you think is the best way to do that? I just have them email it to you. So what I would do is I would just set up an email to where it's just like a submissions@30dayreviews.com. If you have that domain, I would just do like submissions@30dayreviews.com and have them send it there. I would personally connect that to a Gmail account so that any of the stuff goes in there, all gets stored in a Gmail account, so that it just goes straight through. And then you would just have that, log in there. Lead the team. He says, are you going to get your girl on camera yet? Yeah, she's chilling over there with headphones on, kind of doing her thing. So I won't disturb her. I actually got the look. I got that look. You know what it is. You're a guy. You know what I'm talking about. That look. That, no, I don't want to be on camera right now. Look. Now, if she had just gotten up and just gotten ready for the day, probably a totally different story. But now it's like the end of our day. It's like 2 a.m. here. So, I got the look instead. Yep, the look. Simply Mel says, if you have a new video that does better than usual, double the normal views in the first 2 days, how many days should you wait before posting a follow-up? I normally post 1 to 2 times a week. Should you spread out the uploads or upload a follow-up straight away? P.S. Did D leave you behind because you ate his chocolate? Yes, actually, he did. But yeah, so for the video, so like if you have double the views in the first 2 days, if those views are, let's say that you're getting like 1,000 views and you got 2,000 views, and in that particular case, it's not like that big of a deal. But let's say that you normally get like 10,000 views and you jumped up to like 20,000 or 30 or 40 or 50,000 views, then in that particular case, I would chase it relatively fast. But keep in mind, I would also make sure that even if you move a video up in your queue, that you still publish on your normal day that you publish anyway. So just drop in that other video sooner, and then have and then still upload on your normal day as well. Infinite Gamer X says, hey, Nick, give some pro tips. I left YouTube 8 months ago, no regular upload, but now I want to be full-time and play PUBG Mobile and live stream daily. Okay, so my best tip for you, Infinite Gamer X, is right now what you need to do if you're wanting to be full-time, okay, and this is really important. If you're wanting to be full-time right now, you have to start putting a plan together on how exactly you're going to monetize, because the only way that you're going to be full-time is if you can monetize what it is that you're doing, because that's what makes you be able to be full-time, right? So get a plan together now on all of the different ways that you can make money, and say, okay, in month 1, I'm going to put this together so that I can make money with this. Month 2, I'm going to put this together so I can make money with this. Month 3, 4, and 5, I'm going to spend those months, putting this together so that I can, make money with that. And build around what it is, the type of content that you make for your games. Try to build as many different sources of many different streams of income as you possibly can, because a bunch of small streams really add up to a big pie really fast. So if you can think of how to do that with the type of content that you're making, I would do that very quick, and I would get that plan together immediately, because the only way that you're going to be able to go full time is if you actually have a way to make money from your channel. Okay, so that's what I would recommend that you do. All right, let's see here. I saw a little thing saying that we had a new channel member. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll down, see, and I don't see it here. Hold on real quick. Let me scroll up here a little bit. Yeah, got it, Infinite Gamer X. You're good. Let's see here. Yeah, I thought there was a new channel member, but I don't see it popping up here in my chat. So what I'm going to do... Okay, so Infinite Gamer saying that they have 18,000 subs right now, but what's important, though, is like how much money are you making from those 18,000 subscribers, right? Hey, Kosk Plays, my pleasure. Glad that you are enjoying the content. Yeah, so like, for example, man, if you're, I don't know if you're a man or not, but like, for example, like if you are, like if you have 18,000 subscribers, but you're not like doing anything to monetize, then those 18,000 subscribers aren't going to help you get to full time. I mean, they will, because they help with your view velocity when you publish and all that good stuff. So like in a roundabout way they do, but really like in terms of like generating, real money like right now so that you can do that full time, they're not helping much unless you're already monetizing in some way. So Jetty Fresh to stream, I use Streamlabs OBS. That's what I use. Streamlabs OBS. It is my streaming software of choice. My streaming software of choice. And I'm gonna look at something here really quick, because I thought that we had a channel member come in, and I want to make sure that I properly welcome a new channel member. Yeah, maybe not. I thought that we I thought that we had a new channel member come in, but I guess we did not. Channel memberships. Nope. Yep, we do not. Thought we did. Okay, Robin Loves Reading says 365 subs, new channel. Should I wait until more to stream? So if you are wanting to live stream. Because the process of live streaming, like actually like you know, like keeping the whole thing going, like in your brain, like, you know, that can take a little bit of time in order to like, you know, like keep it all rolling, to perfect that skill. So I would go ahead and start practicing now. Now, what I would do though, is a lot of channels right now are seeing in their stats to where if they don't have an active live stream, that their live streams are actually damaging their channel in terms of, you know, like their stats will be going like this, and then they'll live stream and their stats will drop off. So, and then, you know, they'll rebound after or whatever, but they'll end up dropping off. So keep that in mind as well. And if that's the case, then what I would do is I would start another channel and just start live streaming over there for the sake of the practice. And then once your channel gets bigger and you can start having more people come into your live streams when you actually go live, then come back and start streaming then. Or just have the second channel as strictly a live streaming channel. All right, so I'm trying to export in full HD, but my phone can't handle it. Yeah, in that case, then you have to go under full HD. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming, what's up, man? Saying The Journey, welcome to the Nimminati. Absolutely. So I guess The Journey said that they subscribe, saying that they're new. All right, The Journey, welcome here to the live stream. Basically, what we're doing here is we're answering YouTube questions, and you know, that's kind of what's going down right now. We're just kind of hanging out with other YouTubers. Everybody in the stream right now, everybody that you see in the chat, everybody's a content creator, a YouTuber. So feel free to like network and all that stuff. But what we don't do here is we don't do any, you know, any of the like, you know, look at my stuff, I'll look at your stuff thing. You know, we don't do that kind of stuff here. But in terms of like, you know, getting to know each other and that kind of stuff, you know, the chat, everybody in here is really cool. So feel free to, you know, to interact as much as you would like. Lead the Team says live streaming is my jam. Mine too. Love it. If you can't tell, like I wasn't even going to stream today, and now I've been on here for like 2 hours already. And I was like, you know, yeah, last Saturday is like the last stream. 2 hours later, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stream for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour. 2 hours and 20 minutes later, here we are. Still streaming. Let's see here. Oopsie Daisy says live streaming is great. I agree. Absolutely, with ASMR too. Yeah, so it's like, welcome to the live stream today. I'm Nick Nimmin. I help YouTubers grow their channels, make videos, and all types of other YouTube-related stuff. That's my ASMR impression for microphone scratching. I don't even know if you can hear that or not. Probably not. Mahozy Doc. Ugh, I can never say that. Says it's the streaming bug. Absolutely, it is. Oh, absolutely love it. It is. It's a different skill set and a different you know, mental process. Absolutely, it is, because you're like, you have to like think ahead, and you also have to do stuff like switch your cam because you forget. But yeah, like that. Just the like thinking ahead, and then like keeping track of like what's going on, making sure that you're like, you know, close to the microphone, making sure that you remember to look at the camera and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Definitely a lot going on, but it's fun. It's cool. Keeps you going. I think that's kind of why it does become kind of like a thing. I think like for our brains, and I don't have any data for this one. This is just like, you know, this is just my opinion. But I think that with live streaming, I think that it becomes like a thing because of that, because there's just like so much going on in your brain's like, oh, you know, like there's just so much happening where your brain's like, you know, like, oh yeah, this is great. And then especially, you know, if you start getting feedback and you're like talking to people in the chat and all that stuff, so you're getting that instant feedback, which I'm sure there's some type of dopamine thing going on there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I dig it. Neil saying, stop that now. Yeah, I know that was cringe. My apologies. My apologies, everyone. Robin Loves Reading says, I see some book channels get hundreds of live commenters, others less than 10 regularly. I don't want to bomb. Yeah, some book channels, they'll get tons of people in there that are, you know, that are wanting to, you know, to listen to the live reading and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't matter like what niche you're in. Like if people are into that type of content, then there's people that are into that type of live streaming content as well. Let's see here. Give me tips on that. How to animate a map. I'm not sure. I would definitely use After Effects. How do I edit my videos, says Ziva X. So I actually don't do that much editing anymore. Vigard, he's actually, I don't think he's in here today, but he's normally in here every Saturday. He's actually doing my video editing now. I'm actually going to put a link to him. He actually has some video editing tutorials. So I'll actually put a link to him in the chat here real quick. So if you want to check his channel out, he will actually teach you how to edit videos because he does my stuff. And he does a great job at it. So I'll put him in the chat right now since he is not present. Vigard's channel. Yeah, so definitely head over there and subscribe to him if you're interested in learning how to edit videos. He makes some killer travel videos too. Okay, next question here is from Mind with an exclamation point for the I. Going for the clever thing there. I have 30 subscribers because I make fan art. I have 600 views, but if I don't upload this, then I have 60 views. What can I do about it? Can you get a look at my channel? But if I don't upload this, I don't understand the question. I have 30 subscribers because I make fan art. I have 600 views, but I don't upload this, then I have 60 views. Don't understand the question. That wasn't clear, but I love what you're doing with your channel name. Brandon Plays HD says, what's the best settings for a all-right PC? I have 8 gigabytes of RAM, AMD R7 processor. Hopefully somebody in the chat can help you with this one because computer specs are not my cup of tea. I always go to D for that. If I'm like, D, getting a computer, man, what do you think I should get? Geek Memer says, hey, Nick, I'm new to this channel, and I want to say that I enjoy my time here. Awesome to hear. Thank you. Could you please take a look at my channel and tell me where and what I can improve? Oh, I see what you did there, Geek Memer. Get me all buttered up first. I see what you did there. Yeah, so we're not doing that today. But come next Saturday. Emerald Nugget says, hey, Nick, what's up? What's up, Emerald Nugget? I'm new here on YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. It's an awesome experience. I hope it goes well for you. 2 questions. First, what's the best budget camera to get that does 60 frames per second? I have no idea. Unless you're going with like a webcam. This is a Logitech C922. This thing will do 60 frames per second. Will plug right in your camera, but it's not something that you would actually take out into the world. It has to be connected to a computer. Second is, when's the best time to upload during the holidays? I'm struggling to find when to spend time with family and also when to upload on YouTube. Family first. It's the holidays. Come on. Family first. So if you are struggling to find the time to upload because you're spending time with family, it's okay. You won't regret not uploading and spending time with family. If you upload and you don't spend time with family, you might regret that. So spend time with family. If you can find a pocket of time to upload, just set it to upload and then go hang out with your family and then pop back in, do your title and your description, then go hang out with family, come back in, hit publish, answer some comments on your phone, you know, every now and then and all that stuff. You know, that's a good way to kind of work around that. But, you know, family first in that situation, in my opinion. Arizona Living, that's what I'm talking about. Arizona Living, that's what I'm talking about. I'll be going to Arizona in March before I go to Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. Love you guys. If you can, please review my channel, Arizona Living. So I will pull you up, even though we're not really focusing on that today, because my brother's not here with me, so I'm kind of running this solo right now. But I will pull you up just to give you some quick tips here for our first impression thing. So first off, congratulations on 2.5 thousand subscribers. Second, Arizona Living, a New Yorker's take on AZ, which stands for Arizona. That's good. It's good that you got 2.5 thousand subscribers on this, focusing on the local area. That's pretty cool, actually. So you're covering like all of Arizona. Dig it. Okay. So first off, right out of the gate, Arizona Living, a New Yorker's take on Arizona. Great. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Fantastic. Focusing them on one action. Over here, this is also fantastic because I guess you're doing this for the sake of sending them to your merch store. That's cool because that's something that you get like real benefit off of, and you are just focusing them on that one thing. Fantastic. As I scroll down the page here, I love that you have you here in your profile picture as well so that they know there's a human behind this. So this is what I'm seeing as a non-subscriber. So one thing just as a heads up to make sure, like when you're putting all this stuff together, and this is for everybody here in the chat, Robin loves reading. Oh, we got a new channel member too. Welcome, Cosmic W, as a channel member. Make sure that you check the community feed for the members only community posts that are in there. And here, once the new year flips over, we're also going to be doing a members only live stream as well. So make sure that you participate in that if it lands in the time zone that you happen to be in. But yeah, so Robin loves reading. Subscribe is not a spam word, no. However, I do have on my channel, I do have it in my blocked words list, so that when people do come to my channel and they ask for that sort of thing, then they just go straight to my held for review. Most of the time it catches them, but people are pretty clever. Back to you. Best practice wise, nailing it. I love that you are, that you have all of this in here. One thing that I would do personally, because you are so niche with this, is since you're targeting the local area, one thing that I would do is I would take Arizona living off of this, because playlists can also show up in search and recommendations. So what I would do is, if these are like mainly about like moving to Arizona, living in Arizona, and like Phoenix, for example, then I would look for a title that would encompass all of these videos, so that you have a chance to actually rank this entire playlist in search, because I'm guessing that your competition probably isn't that fierce. So that's one thing that I would definitely do on your channel, is I would take all of your playlist titles and I would change these into something that would make sense in terms of a title that, like an actual multiple word keyword phrase that people would be looking for, and work that into your title. This is great. I love how niche that you are. This is fantastic. And I want to use this as an example too. What's really cool about this is that, like, this is so specific, and he's still able to gain 2.5 thousand subscribers and climbing, right? That's awesome. I absolutely love that, because people, sometimes will be like, oh, I have to, have this like huge niche in order for it to work. And it's like, no, like this is like crazy specific, and you are, like you're doing great. That's awesome. Absolutely love it. CJ Superman Gaming, thank you. I appreciate it. This is Page Marker. I actually just uploaded Minecraft Gaming LR. I just uploaded a video with a bunch of Chrome extensions that I use. So definitely check out that video. It's on my channel right now. But this is in there. But it's called Page Marker. But yeah, in terms of like branding and stuff, I love it that you have like you here. I personally would like to see something to where there's just like a little bit more consistency, all the way across the board, because here you've got like a different style going on than you do up here. So somebody that's in Arizona, I'm not sure what your actual demographics look like for the people that are watching this, but like let's say if you do have like an older crowd watching this, making it just like, I hate using the phrase dummy proof just because it sounds condescending, but that's what I'm going for in terms of the way that I'm trying to explain how easy you need to make it. But in terms of making it dummy proof, for people to be able to recognize you, recognize your content anywhere they see it. Like, I personally would like to see some consistency between the different thumbnails that you have. I like that you do have them in groups like this, but I personally would like to see just like an overall consistency, something that matches all of these up, because I like that you're in here. Like, that's a great consistent element all the way across the board. However, just the style as well. So you have you in there, and you also have the style to go with it. Personally, that's something that I would experiment with if this was mine. As I scroll down, AZ's Best Kept Secrets, also good. You guys are great. I would consider playing with these also. In terms of just syncing up your branding, because somebody was actually mentioning earlier here that somebody, basically like how YouTube is showing a lot of old content right now, right? Like with YouTube showing a lot of that old content, even though this stuff is like 6 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 months ago, I would still keep it in line with your current branding for the sake of, again, for people recognizing it, because with the type of content you're making, you're going to become such a resource for people living in Arizona that you want to make it just super easy for them to recognize your stuff anywhere they see it on YouTube. Like if your content shows up on a homepage, you want them to know at a glance without even having to explore and try to think, hey, is this his or is that him? Like, you want them to see it and without even thinking about it, know that it's your content. Just best practice wise, kind of missing some stuff here in terms of your playlist descriptions. So just make sure that you are making sure that you're using those. Also super smart. I hope that you are either selling homes and you're a part of this, or I hope that you're actually selling this space right here. I'm not sure which one, you're doing there, but I really hope that you are making some type of money off of this right here. Yeah, and with this type of content too, in terms of like sponsorship stuff, holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, you have some real opportunity here that you could tap into. Like every realtor in like each one of these different areas, like you could sell sponsorships or just like mentions, video mentions. You could sell video mentions in like all of these different, like this one's in Phoenix. You got this one in like Lake Havasu, like really breaking all of these down and basically selling ad space to, or not ad space, but basically selling sponsorship things where you would actually mention them and recommend them in the videos for each one of these different areas. Yeah, your real estate whisperer is a realtor, so she can tell you right here, like in terms of like what do you think? Do you think that would be a valuable thing for like for some of these videos, like on this one, for example, like for this particular area here, he's getting like 2,000 views, 4.7 thousand, things like that. So yeah, it's definitely over the course of a playlist. Yeah, really good stuff. But yeah, overall, man, I totally dig every aspect of what it is that you are doing. Just a few fine-tuning things that I personally would like to see. Like if this was mine, some changes I would make. Like I would add you up here as well to the channel art, so that like they watch one of your videos and then they land on your channel. Hey, what else does this guy have on his YouTube channel? And they land here and it's like, oh, Arizona living and New Yorkers take on Arizona. And then they see you up here too, so they know that you are like the star of the show and all that stuff. Yeah, dude, like I really like what you're doing here. And yeah, this is great. That's my thought on that. Cosmic W says, can you check my About tab and check my total views? Is it good for a small channel like me? Also, as always, love your channel. It is really helpful. So in terms of your About tab and the actual views that you're getting on your videos, because you've got 451 subscribers, your total view count, it looks like, is 62,000 views. Instead of looking at like the channel as a whole, in terms of like the total view count, like what I would look at is I would look at the actual view counts that you're getting on your videos. For 451 subscribers, you're okay, but I would be personally, like I would try to promote this stuff like crazy on like social media and Facebook groups and things like that that are relative to your content, so that you can try to at least break the 100 view mark on these things within the first like 24 hours. So like one thing that I used to do on my channel, on this channel and my other channel is basically like when I would publish a video, like before I had, people pouring into the videos when I publish, is basically I would publish a video and my first goal was, okay, I'm going to, share this around social media. I was sharing it on Google+. I was trying to share it on Reddit anytime that they would take it. I was sharing it in different like video marketing groups and things like that, because those it's my audience. So so what I would do, my initial goal was, when I publish this video, I'm going to spend like the next, however long, and I'm going to try to get a system down to where when I'm sharing this content out, based on where I'm sharing it and how people are responding to it, where I'm sharing it, to where I can make that view count hit 100 views within the first hour. That was like my very first goal that I tried in terms of like view count. And I had to go, a bunch of different ways that I would do it. If you like go look way back in like Google Plus and stuff like that, you'll see some of my stuff there of me, trying to, generate views on my channel, and even doing other stuff too. Like, like YouTube has, like everybody, like especially, like everybody should be doing this. I should be doing it too, but I don't do it as much as I should. But like, like that, like the share links underneath your YouTube videos, you should be sharing it in all of those places. Like even like the blogger, for example, like, here, let me click on your video here. Yeah, like even like the, down here, not Google Plus anymore, of course, but like Blogger, for example, like sharing it out on like Blogger, for example, and actually writing a blog post about what it is. And then that gives you another chance to where you can actually have a chance to rank that blog post in Google as well as ranking your video in Google. So because of that, you've actually created 2 opportunities for yourself to rank inside of Google and pull traffic from Google, in addition to what traffic you pull from YouTube. Like little things like that, over the scale of like, a nice handful of videos, it can really make a big difference. But in terms of like if it's good or not, you know, I think your view count's fine, but I would try like with the number of subscribers that you have, like I would really go hard on trying to market off platform to pull people in, because what you're doing there is you're accomplishing a couple things. One is you're giving the algorithm more data to work with in terms of how people are responding to your videos. Two, you're learning who your audience is. So you learn like where you share your content. Like, hey, when I share here, people respond. When I share here, they don't. When I share here, they do. And you start learning the good places to share your content so that you can start generating those views faster. So you create more velocity on the video when you publish, which is a plus. If you start, you know, doing like the blog share and stuff like that, or to Blogger, or if you have a website or anything and you start creating those additional posts to where you're the idea, the big idea that I'm trying to share here is that you're taking people from off platform and you're bringing them onto YouTube. And that's a humongous win. So when you're taking people off platform and you're bringing them on YouTube, then you're starting something called a session. And when you start a session, that's a huge win, because if they spend 5 minutes watching your video, but then because they're already on the platform, they get recommended one of my videos or somebody else's videos that's here in this chat right now. They get recommended somebody else's video and they're like, oh, somebody else uploaded, and then they click that and they watch that. You're still getting like additional, I just want to call them points because that's kind of how they frame it. But you're still getting like additional credits or points for them being on the platform from you actually bringing them in as the doorway through your channel, and then them going and getting lost onto YouTube. So, you know, all of those little things to bring people into the platform can really make a big difference as well over time. That was probably like a little bit more longer-winded and like a little bit more information than you had asked for. So I apologize. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, just wanted to make sure I gave you all the right information there as it was coming out of the brain. Neil Crypto Cruising says, if you didn't do YouTube, what would you be doing? So before I did YouTube, I was doing graphic design stuff with my brother. Graphic design stuff. We were editing videos for people. We were putting together like, you know, small training videos and stuff like that. So I'd probably still be doing that. At that time, like one of the things that got me onto YouTube was we were looking for a way to get out of that. So maybe we would be into something else by now. But you know, if I didn't make any other changes into anything else, I'd probably still be doing that. I enjoyed that. We just had some difficult clients and stuff like that, and it caused like a period of time that was like a really big stressor, and that was kind of the motivation, so to speak, to go and explore other things. Let's see here. Okay, when I get my webcam on Monday and I attach it to my laptop, will I be able to still edit with LumaFusion on my iPad? Yes. Yeah, so basically what you're going to have to do with your laptop, Robin, is you're going to have to take your files from your laptop and actually put them onto your iPad, and then you'll be able to edit them inside of LumaFusion there. Comic W, my pleasure. Oh, you're in Colorado Springs, lead the team. I didn't know that. So you're very close to Brian G. Brian's also in Colorado Springs. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And 2 hours and 40 minutes, not bad considering I was going to go like 45 minutes to an hour. Right? Not bad, not bad. I got my fix, so to speak. I got my live streaming hit, so to speak. So I'm good. So first off, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that's just been hanging out in the chat the whole time. Thanks for participating in this. Thanks for an awesome 2018. 2018 for me has just been absolutely incredible. Like, you know, to start the whole thing off, you know, like my brother D, which I'll actually pull him up on the screen too. Like, you know, like D started, you know, live streaming with me back last December. So, you know, it's been a year since he's been on here, and that experience just by itself, you know, with him coming onto YouTube and him participating in the live streams and being a part of all this stuff has been absolutely incredible. I couldn't ask for a better experience in terms of like something to share, you know, with my brother. So this is absolutely awesome, and I love it. But that's been awesome. You know, interacting with all of you, you know, here on YouTube and on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and stuff, like all of that has just been absolutely awesome. And getting to know some of you personally as well has been really awesome for me. But You know, I'm so excited for 2019. And, you know, like over the course of the year, there's been so many, you know, so many people that have come in. Like Sabby BG, for example, who's here. What's up, dude? Like, you know, for example, you know, like he crossed 100,000 subscribers, like a few weeks ago. And, you know, like there's been so many different milestones over the course of the year where people are coming in and, you know, everybody's cheering them on like, yeah, go. And, you know, like we did it for Stu, for example, you know, like that kind of stuff. And just, you know, everybody just, you know, just being a part of this whole thing. It's just, it's so awesome. And we have this awesome opportunity, all of us, to, you know, to tap into this platform and communicate with each other, you know, through the internet. Like I'm here in Thailand. We've got people from Australia. We've got, there's probably people from, I know there's plenty of people from the States, but, you know, there's probably people in here from the UK, and all of that stuff. Like, you know, there's people from all over the world in here just like hanging out, getting to know each other and all that stuff. It's just been such an amazing experience for me this year, and I just thank each and every one of you for that, and I wish you a happy, very happy new year. And I'm just pumped up to watch you cross through a bunch of milestones here in 2019 and to watch you make progress and to, you know, plow through those goals here in 2019. I'm just super pumped to watch you go through that process. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you again for an awesome 2018, and I will see you in 2019. I'll see you next year. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, but thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you next time.
Thanks for watching Nimmin Live, brought to you by TubeBuddy. Remember to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Have a great week.